that we are sitting in different parts of the different places, and we couldn't identify your faces. So one thing I can communicate is through your chat box only. Okay. So through the entire day, I will be interacting with you with some few questions, and you please interact with me. Okay. And everything you do, don't need to wait for the doubts at the end of the session. You can interact with me at the right time at the chat box. Okay. I'm reading your entire chats throughout the sessions. Okay. So one thing you do for me is actually you need to interact with me properly. Okay. So that we can have an interactive session without any boring one-side lecture. Okay. So and at the end of the session, I guarantee that you will be having some good takeaways from this session. Okay. And I think I will not be much more boring you. Okay. And we will be engaging the session throughout. Okay. So hopefully you are doing the sessions by hands-on, and you have done it through lively with the resource persons, right? So I think are you doing? Could you do it with me alone so that you can see the results actually? If you have any doubts, and you can ask me in the chat box. That's why. And before that, could you interact with me? Good morning, everyone.
Good morning, sir.
Good morning. Yes. Okay. If you have any difficulties in voice, you can chat me. Okay. So my queries can be answered. Okay. So I think good morning. Yeah. Good morning. So we can. So anyone doing with me parallelly in the system laptop? Anyone doing with me parallelly?
Yes, sir.
Yes. Okay. Okay. So please do with me so that we can also get the output. And after 2-3 lines, I will copy paste the contents into the chat box so that you could also correct the errors. Okay. And you please interact with me. That's all. And today we are going to discuss on these kind of things actually, and introduction part and how to deal the missing values. These are all the various data visualization techniques, and machine learning on data, how to process, and K means we are applying. Yes, good morning, sir. Okay. K means we are applying, and linear regression also we are performing on that. Okay. So these kind of things we are going to discuss today. Okay. And I think what is your status actually, whether you are a beginner or an intermediate or an expert in Python? Could you chat me? Everyone, could you chat me? We have around 35 participants. So could you tell me what is your level? Actually, we are all faculties, whether you are a beginner, intermediate, or advanced. Could you chat me? Intermediate, right? Okay. Okay. I think we have taught our students the Python things, right? We have taken the Python things in our classes, right? So yeah, don't hesitate to chat me. Okay. We know that we always tell our students to chat and interact. Okay. So please, you also please interact. Okay. So let's start today's session. Okay, I will. In the first session, I will go through what is the relevance of data science and how the Python could be very well. It can be used for the data science part. Okay, so what even be data science actually? Okay, so data science actually is actually a science, right? You know, could you tell me what to your knowledge what is data science? Could you chat me? For the last 2 days, you have attended this session from the experts, right? Could you chat me? What is actually data science? To your knowledge, could you chat me, everyone? Hello. Data science, could you chat me to your knowledge what is actually data science? Any real-time applications or anything? Could you chat me? No one. Yeah, one thing you need to do is interact with me, okay, so that I can guarantee that you are all along with me. Hello, data science, any applications could you share me? Getting knowledge from data, yes, sir. Getting knowledge from data. Any other answers? Any other applications? Data science we could use. Please feel to chat me. Okay, that's why I'm continuously. I know that you know the answers. Yeah, stock market analysis. Good answer. Then business analytics, exactly. Business analytics. Then okay. So data science is actually getting the knowledge from the all our social media profile. Yeah, data exactly. Social media, even we had the lot of news across the social media. Even 2 days before also, we are on the midst of collecting the data through phone calls. We heard that news, right? And the social media platforms, then healthcare, yeah, social media data analysis, yes, okay. So these are all the methods. These are all the applications actually they have taken the information from an extracted data. For example, they could use some scientific methods, processes, or algorithms to extract some knowledge. Actually, I am performing some data science on you, right? Because we have around 40 participants, and I am asking the data to you because I want to know the knowledge behind you. Actually, what are the insights you have with you? So I want to extract that information from you that is in some hidden patterns. So what is the status of your knowledge? So which are the information you so far you known to you? So this kind of information I'm trying to extract from you, right? So I could say that I am applying data science with you, right? Medical data analysis, exactly. For example, in medical document we are having and we want to extract the content of the document. For example, it is indicating a particular kind of diseases. For example, it is mentioning about cancerous disease, tumorous content. So we want to extract that kind of information. So these are all things we could establish with the help of a data. Okay. So, for example, what is normally the data science meant? I will explain with you some examples. So you could see some examples in the screen, right? Yeah, like hey, which problem hey, yeah, Pradeep Narayan Abna. Please read that Abna project per circle day. Why you do it like this? Problem. So I always start this with these contents, right? Okay. So you could identify what is actually behind that. What is behind that actually? It is a combination of. Could you tell me what is actually? It's a combination of languages, right? Different languages are there. Which are all the languages present in that actually? Hindi is there, Malayalam is there, English is there, a lot of mix of languages, right? So we could identify it easily because we are all human beings and trained from the childhood days. The English things, all these we know. So we could easily identify. But thinking about a computer, how the computer should identify all these kind of things. So that thing we need to identify. And we know that you know about Google translation techniques, right? A lot of languages they are processing by Google all over the world. So how these Google doing all these kind of things? For example, this is a solution for that problem. Actually, now it is very clear that the respective language is identified by for example, green color. Green color it indicates the Hindi, right? And the problem. And why is doing like this? All these kind of things are English, right? English things we are indicating using black and it's a Malayalam, right? So it is identified by red color, right? So the corresponding languages are identified. And you can see that some colors, for example, blue color is there, right? Pradeep Narayan and Munar is indicated as blue color. Could anyone identify why it is indicated as or identified as blue color, marked as blue color? Could you chat me? Why it is marked like blue color? Anyone give me some insights on that? Why it is names? Okay. Any other answers? Yeah, noun. Somebody is saying noun. Right. Then any other? Yeah. In English, we know that noun is, for example, name, a place. These are all nouns, right? So something I will explain in another way. Like, see, some words have irrespective of the meaning, have irrespective of the languages, right? For example, Pradeep Narayan and Muna is same as that of in every language. It's same meaning, right? For example, Muna. Another word is called river. River, you know about river, right? So in the river, we could say that the word nadi. The nadi is same as that of nadi means river is same as that of in Urdu, Chinese, Sanskrit, Malayalam, Hindi. Nadi means is a flowing river, right? So some words are having the same meaning in various languages. So that things also we need to identify, and this is called language identification. We could say that, right? So I could say that we have identified the languages. Now it is converted, right? Now it is converted to the respective languages. So now the green color, we know that it is converted into Hindi, and this one second. This red color, it indicates the language, and the end of the word now it is identified as blue color. Sometimes the color just have changed, but the context you know that first we identified the language and now we converted. And how it become possible actually by identifying the hidden meanings behind that all these things, right? And we know that we have attempted few competitive exam in our childhood days, and we are given a passage and we are asked about, for example, India is my country, all Indians are my brothers and sisters, I love my country. So some passage will be given, right? So at the end of the passage, it will be we are given some questions, right? what is the name of your country? What is the name of your country? We will go to the passage and we will look into the extract phase, right? India is my country, so India is my country, right? So we will write the answer India. But we know that when we grown up and when we have grown up and we have attended the exams and it is not like the previous one, right? So we need to identify thoroughly the passage and we want to identify the hidden information. We couldn't identify the knowledge directly, right? So the complex the situation will be different. For example, we could identify the knowledge directly from the passage, like by simply looking into the sentence. But the situation becomes changed, right? So we need to thoroughly identify the grammatical content. We want to identify the theme of the content. All these things we need to identify and we need to answer it, right? So the situation will be different in different cases. By simply looking up into a medical document, by looking into the different number of occurrences. For example, the word tumor is repeating every time in the document means we could say that this is a document that mentioned about tumor, right? But sometimes we need to, for example, a doctor or a nurse could easily identify because some other medicines, some other process, some other techniques, some other terms that are related purely with the medicinal terms, a normal person couldn't identify that, right? So we need to thoroughly check up all these kind of documents. That means data science we are applying on different contexts depends upon the sometimes we can simply apply, so we need to do some machine learning process. Sometimes we need to have some experience knowledge and see the context will be different, right? So these are the different contexts we have seen. And for example, what is the need of data science? Actually, I think for the last 2 days the experts have discussed on that, right? So this is the need for data science. Actually, we know that we are handling a lot of data and we are now sitting in the Google Meet, right? So imagine for the last 15 minutes I am continuously talking with you and this is all recording, right? So the Google is having the data in their server, right? And all these things become a data. And you know that I am sharing my video, I am sharing my audio, and we are continuously chatting in the chat box, right? So all these things are becoming data every second, right? Every second it is becoming a data, and we are sitting in between that, right? So when we are posting a content into the social media, and it will becoming a data, and we are getting some likes, we are getting some comments, shares, all these things. It all becomes a data, right? So we know that we heard about the policy issues of WhatsApp, all these things, right? We know that WhatsApp is trying to take the data directly to the Facebook so that they can use it for business analytics. And these all things why it is happened because of business, right? And we need to know what is actually the need for that data science. For example, we know that lot of social media. For example, Instagram is there, Facebook is there. A lot of social media are there, right? And we know that the format of these data is entirely different. For example, if I am developing a social media platform, my data formats will be different. You know about Clubhouse, right? Their structure is entirely different, right? They are processing a group, and recently Zuckerberg also, Facebook also replicated the concept of the Clubhouse. They have started the virtual chat rooms, right? Virtual video chat audio rooms they have built out. And everything, the format of the data will be different, right? Sometimes they need to trigger a huge quantity of audio data. Sometimes they need to deal a huge quantity of text data. So the data is increasing in a spectacular way, right? So we need to deal with the kind of data. So that kind of data, we know that unstructured and unstructured data will be there. It may have some proper formats, and sometimes the data will be missing. Sometimes the data will be unstructured. See, these kind of things we are tackling these kind of days, right? And you know about some technologies like Hadoop is there, and Spark is there. See, then MapReduce functions, all this kind of, and this kind of latest machine learning platforms are there for dealing this kind of big data. Okay, and this is very important actually. The data science algorithms actually. We need to know about these kind of algorithms. So today we mentioned about the some concepts, basic concepts called linear regression and K-means, how to process them on the data sets. We will discuss. Okay, and this is actually for identifying the exact solution. For example, there is a disease document, and without any to help the doctor, we couldn't avoid the doctor. Okay, we could aid the doctor, we could support the doctor by even imagine a computer could suggest some medicines for the patient. So it is a scientific discovery. That is a prediction coming from the data. So these are all the requirements and the scenarios related with the data science in the current era. That means to handle the analysis, extremely large data sets. We need to deal a large kind of data sets. Recently, I was involved in a project, for example, a Twitter data. We know about the emotional things carrying out by the Twitter tweets. Actually, a lot of people are posting regarding the government and against the government, and regarding a lot of news. The people from India are posting about the contents in Twitter, right? So we could analyze the emotions of the people in India by reading these tweets. Okay, so that means a huge quantity of data we need to deal. So that scenarios we could use the data science algorithm. And what is the benefit? We could do the faster and better decision making. We could take from that, right? So even the government is in an issue with the Twitter people that Twitter is spreading the allegations and problems across the nation. And see, by analyzing these kind of reports, the an agency could take some better decision. That means how to process with this kind of flow from people. What is the sentiment behind the people regarding that? So even a business could use that. Okay, what is the current trend of a particular thing from the society? All these things we could identify, right? And see, we can say that we can do some predictions. For example, social media always use the predictions based on the data. For example, when we are looking into some products in Flipkart or Amazon, we could get the suggestions of that product in Facebook, right? So we could use some predictions. See, simply we could say that it is a simple prediction. It is analyzing the entire data, the entire pattern, the entire history of the data we are in. So if a company could use that, it can reduce the production cost, right? So definitely by reducing the production cost and realizing the actual product required by the customer, they could gain some business insights, right? So this data science is actually spreading across the world. And what is the next trending job opportunity for the next 10 years? We could directly say that data science is going to roll all these things. And in this, today's session is actually about the hands-on part of the data science basics and some of the ideas we will discuss, like which are the platforms we need to think about seriously. So they could sometimes our students could shift their job profile to data science means how they could progress. So all these things will be discussed. Okay. So this I have just made an introduction, and I will connect with the scenario of data science with some business related things. Okay. So I like to connect this thing with the concept of Uber. We all know about this concept, right? Uber we know, and we were going to discuss the data science. And if I'm telling about these examples connected with Uber, it doesn't mean this is the idea behind Uber only. So every data science business are doing these kind of steps. So I will show you. And let me explain that. Okay. In Uber, when we book the tickets on Uber, and we know that at different times the prices will be different, right? The cab fares will be different, right? You know about when we are rushing into a street and we are trying to book a Uber, for example, Trivandrum city or Ernakulam city. Ernakulam it is available, right? And for example, Chennai at a peak time of 9 or 9:30 a.m. we could see that the cab fare are very different, right? So sometimes it will be very high. So could you tell me what is the reason behind why they are increasing the cab fares differently? Why they are increasing the cab fare differently? Could anyone give some idea on that? You have seen it, right? The cab fares is appearing differently at different times. Yes or no? Yes, right. So we know that it is the surge pricing algorithm in which the cap pricing the prices will be different at a different time. You know about 2 years back, I went to IIT Chennai for attending a program, and I have reached the station by 11:30 p.m. And when I tried to book the Uber from there, and normally the normal charge is actually 700 rupees, I guess. But at that night, actually, it is showing the price of 1,400. So they have doubled the price actually, and you can see that when there is an issue with the cabin, they will enhance the price actually. Okay, when 2 years back also I went to Chertala Info Park is there, right? So when I get on the Chertala railway station, I try to book the Uber. At that time, I have seen that the price is actually doubled or price actually. because they know that a lot of people are looking for the cabs to the info park. At that time, they identified a lot of rush. These people are going to this area, so there is a huge rush of people there. So they can raise the data pricing, right? So this subject pricing algorithm, they will dynamically change the prices. Okay, so subject pricing algorithm actually they will use at the busiest area to get the more drivers, so that see, for example, the driver will be getting more cash from the passengers, right? So they'll be analyzing. So regarding this Uber Connect, I will explain what is the data science business happening there. Okay, so for example, this is normally the people, the companies are looking into, like the first step is to identify the business requirement, right? So, for example, at this particular time, they will be giving some more options regarding the pricing. For example, they will be issuing some pricing 2 times or 3 times, so that everyone can book, right? So sometimes we need to go for that, because, for example, if we want to attend an interview by 10 o'clock, we should attend that program by that time, so that we will take that pricing, right? So they know that that is the requirement behind that. So they will increase the price and all these things. So this is the step one actually behind all these things. That is the business requirement, right? And step one is actually the data collection. So we should think more on this actually data collection, how to collect the data. And we know that even we are using a lot of apps, and we they are taking our data, right? Even we know that the COVID app we are booking, they are collecting our data every time OTP is coming, and it will ensure us to log in all these things, and the data they will be accepting from us, right? So similarly, every apps are collecting our data, and even we are logging into this Google Meet, they will try to access all the entire details, right? So when we are installing a new application in our phone, they will take the entire data, right? So even you know that what is the relevance of data collection? It's very important for business intelligence, right? They want to take the data, and you know about this Facebook WhatsApp connection, right? You know about who owns the WhatsApp now? Who owns the WhatsApp now? Facebook, right? Facebook owns the WhatsApp now. And what is the relevance for that business purchase? Actually, I think $16 billion Facebook has used for purchasing WhatsApp, right? And you know about that person who's the owner of WhatsApp, who actually went for the Facebook for a job initially, and he was rejected from Facebook, and finally he built a WhatsApp, and finally the Facebook purchased the WhatsApp for $16 billion, right? And you know that how to have some data science behind that. And could you tell me actually how the front suggestions happening in Facebook? How the front suggestion is happening in Facebook? Could you chat me how the front suggestions are happening in Facebook? Front recommendations are happening in Facebook. Could you chat me how the front recommendations are happening in Facebook? Hello. How the front recommendations are happening in Facebook? How a friend is recommended in Facebook? Yes, mutual funds. Yeah. Any answers you could share me? Yeah, based on a profile, if working on same place exactly. Then any other answers? How the Facebook is recommending the friends? Any other answers? So could you is it? Can you tell me? Is it is it? Could you follow me, or whether I want to reduce the speed or anything? You can. That's why I'm waiting for a network data. Yes. Then any other answers? Yeah, you know about for a few years back we are actually they are actually depending about the mutual connection. Yeah, locality. Yeah, mutual connections only. Now you can see that how you observe. Are you look into that? Like for example, if you get a call, if you are receiving a call in your phone, and sometime you will save it, or sometime we just pass it, right? But you can see that whenever there is a phone call coming into your phone, that contact is also recommending in Facebook. Anyone have noticed that when we are receiving yeah, if we save a number also, it will definitely come. How it will reach into the Facebook? So you know about when we are saving a number, it is taken by an app called. It is taken by an app called, yes, WhatsApp, right? The data will be taken by WhatsApp, right? Every numbers it will be saving, and it will be taken by WhatsApp, right? And who owns the WhatsApp? Definitely the Facebook having the WhatsApp, right? So whenever we are saving a contact, it should be taken by WhatsApp. right? And it will be directly going to the Facebook. So these are all part of the business, right? And about even not only the contact, they are looking into our gallery. They are looking into a file manager. See, we know that if we are implementing or if we are installing a simple torch application, see, they are asking about, shall I access your gallery? Shall I access your contact? I don't know why actually a torch application requires this kind of data, right? So we definitely know about the Truecaller applications, right? They are in the front place of collecting our data and selling our data, right? So all the applications require our data. They are doing the business with them. Okay. And recently we heard about the Facebook WhatsApp policy, right? And the US government has declared to release the WhatsApp policy publicly. So that what's actually behind that? See, now we are posting some status in our WhatsApp, right? So we will see our status of our friends actually, and we will look into their status. See, actually WhatsApp is planned to add some advertisements behind that. Okay, so after two status, one advertisement. After two status, one advertisement. And in between chats also, they are trying to release some advertisements in between. So that was the policy behind the WhatsApp to sell the data exclusively for Facebook, right? And see, now we know that how the recommendations are happening in Facebook, right? And beyond that, they are using some other strategies. They are identifying a profile. They are identifying, for example, about how the recommendations are happening in movie recommendations. Different kind of movie recommendation approaches are also there. For example, if I have posted a content on Facebook, for example, I have watched the movie Bahubali. Okay, I have watched the movie Bahubali. I have tagged in the Facebook, and for example, next time you could see that I will get a recommendations of the Telugu movies, right? Definitely, if I have watched the movies on Netflix by logging into my user account, definitely if I watch Bahubali means next time I will get the suggestions for Telugu movies, right? So that they will identify my previous history of data. That means, for example, search history. So that thing they will taken care, and that is called a content-based recommendation. Okay, content-based recommendation. So this is the first approach. And second one, another thing that is called, for example, I have watched Bahubali with my brother. Okay, likewise, I have posted in Facebook, and Facebook they will identify that the companies will identify that my brother is a friend of mine, and he is in similar interest with that Bahubali, and see, it will identify both of us as friends. And next time when I get predicted with a movie, the interest of my brother also will be taken care. His history of movies, his searching history, all these things will be taken care, and it will be sharing with me. And this is called collaborative filtering. Okay, collaborative filtering. And third one is called context-based. Context-based means actually, for example, I have watched movie Bahubali with my brother at RP Mall Kollam at 7 p.m. Okay, so who are all the people who watched the movie at RP Mall Kollam by the same time will be taken care. All their previous data will be collected, and the new film will be predicted based on that. Okay, so all the people will be collected, will be from the chat box also. It is clear, right? Based on a profile, it will be taken. Based on network data, it will be taken. Based on our locality, search history, all these locations, all kind of things we have taken, and this is called this kind of predictions are happening across us. Okay, and we know that we could also log on to Netflix. For example, if I have a smart TV in my home, I could log in with a single user account. I could use the my brother's login account parallelly also. So all these informations they are taking. Even that when we are on offline, the Facebook is taking our data. Okay, you can see it in the settings, Facebook settings. See, trust me, this has happened for me actually. So when we have shifted the new home location to Kollam bypass, we moved to the new place here actually, and we discussed about purchasing new furniture here. Okay, 1 year back. So at that time, trust me, this is actually happened. Next time I got furniture recommendation from a place here called Pallimukku. Okay, I got some advertisement from the furniture shops from here at Pallimukku. See, actually, even though we are on offline, they are trying to grab our data actually. So you could disable it on the Facebook settings. You could visit there. Have anyone noticed that this kind of data accumulations? You have noted that? Yes or no? These kind of things actually happen. So, yes or no? So this is the way actually data collection are happening. So when we know that we are logging into, sometime when we are going for a railway station, we will connect them to the local Wi-Fi setup there, right? So at that time they are also taking our data, right? Everyone needs our data. When we are trying to purchase some contents from local shops, they are trying to take our SMS. They are telling that they want to send their SMS to their number. That's why they are collecting our mobile number. See, everyone is using our data. Okay, recently we have seen a film called Operation Java in Malayalam, right? So at that time, and in the film, we have seen that the some of the local businesses are happening with our data. So everyone wants our data. Actually, they want to give some product recommendations. When we are looking into some shoes or clothes in Flipkart or Amazon, some power banks. Next time when we are getting back into Google Chrome and Facebook, we could see that the product recommendations is happening there, right? So these are all the things behind the data collection. So everyone have our data. And recently I read an article, and in that they are telling that this Netflix, Amazon, Facebook, Insta, Google, all having a virtual avatar. Virtual avatar. For example, they are having a virtual avatar of Sumod. Okay, they are having a virtual avatar of, for example, my friend Sarju sir. So everyone is they're coping of our interest. They are looking into what are the things we are looking. And recently, an interesting article I have read. For example, we know we are having different applications of Google itself, right? See, Google Maps know where we have traveled for the last 1 year, right? For that, in between, they can give the ads for some shop, right? In between. And Gmail know what are the mails I have sent across for the last 1 year, right? And Google account know what are the searching history I have done for the last 1 year. Google Photos know which are all the people associated with me in that photograph, right? Actually, Google Photos is using our data for the Facebook predictions using machine learning. Actually, definitely it is happening. Okay. Recently, you heard about a news in newspaper also, and Google Photos is about to close within 1 day, so that everyone can upload their high definition photo within a short time, right? You heard about have anyone heard of that news? Seen that news? Actually, they are trying to stipulate us to upload our data. Actually, they are using our face data for training purpose. Actually, so every Google applications are having yes, every Google applications are having a virtual avatar of Gmail, Google Maps. So we are opening our data in front of them. So this I have mentioned about data collection. So data collection they can use it different ways. Okay, and this is very important step in data cleaning. Another step actually data cleaning. You know that so even though we are collecting we are yes. If we check any, yeah, please read the chat box. If we check any brochure of an institution, they ask to register using phone and mail ID. Exactly. Yes. Okay. And there actually some business are happening behind that, selling the data. Even you know that a white hat junior, you are seeing the ads in the TV and in Facebook, right? So whenever we are clicking on that, it will directly reading our data from Facebook. We don't need to fill it. It is automatically filling out from the Facebook data. Name, my mail ID, my phone number, all these things is automatically collecting from that. Actually, so they want to use they want to do some business with our data actually. And for the last college I worked out, I have handled the social media there, and at that time advertisement I have sent out through YouTube also, and these all things actually you're all CS people, and they are targeting the people and selling the ads. For example, this age group I can, for example, 18 to 25 age group, 25 to 30th age group. And YouTube is also making some groups on that, right? So that we can send the ads very easily, right? And we can send the ads to a school kid, we could send the ads to some people who ranges from these ages and from these places. For example, I want to send this ad to the area of Kollam. I can send it. So everyone is doing the data, but in between the data collection, there need to have some thorough data cleaning process. Right? Data cleaning process is actually very essential because a lot of anomalies are coming into this data process. For example, even though when we are filling the data, we'll be missing out some data, right? Sometimes we will be missing out the data. Sometimes we are not properly filling the data. Sometime erroneous data will be coming inside. In the place of a Gmail ID, we will be entering some, for example, in the place of date of birth, sometime we'll be entering the age. Okay. So in the place of first name, I'll be entering my last name. So that kind of some issues regarding the data collection can be solved by using data cleaning. Okay. So this is very important, and some of the small data cleaning techniques, data pre-processing techniques, I will explain today using Python. I think last day, ma'am or sir, the experts have taken that, right? Data cleaning. So this is another one important process. And another one is step 3, data collection, data exploration. See, now we talked a lot of business collection things, right? And how it is actually happening. And recently I mentioned about the YouTube prediction actually, right? YouTube prediction is actually, for example, they want to sell the ad to a particular age group, to a particular location, some particular area. So how they are identifying the pattern? When I'm getting down into Cherthala railway station and I was about to go to Cherthala Info Park, and the Uber is identifying that these people are looking to go for Uber rides. So they want to go for Cherthala Info Park. So they will identify these 15 people, they want to immediately go to Cherthala Info Park. So they will identify the pattern. They are identifying that these are similar kind of people, so that we could enhance the price. So there is a huge demand. So similarly, if I want to send the ads, so an area can be grouped out together, and the pattern behind that could be identified very easily. Okay, and we know that some YouTubers are doing the ads like that. Okay, so for example, if I want to send the ad, I can you know about famous YouTubers like for example Arju or Sujit Fateh. They are having a lot of views, right? So that if we are sending our data to a particular this kind of YouTube channel. So the age group of that audience will be different, right? So for example, we know that the culture of the YouTube is entirely different before COVID and after COVID, right? And after COVID, there is a lot of kitchen channels, right? A lot of cooking channels actually, right? And cooking channels, we know that mostly the audience will be women, and if we want to send some ads to that particular woman, we could send that to that cooking channel, right? So that every woman could be identified easily. And similarly, this is the case of social media. If we are taking a local magazine called Vanida, we know that Vanida is particularly for women, right? So if the ads will be specifically for women in that, right? And similarly, ads will be this kind of magazines are specifically for men also, right? So every kind of data. Every kind of patterns, they will identify how to sell these ads. So business intelligence or business analytics is a key thing behind all these ideas. Okay, so data exploration is actually the identifying the hidden patterns behind that user behavior. Actually. So I know that for the last 4 steps I am discussing very much boring and a lot of theory concepts I am telling about. This is very important actually. This is very important, means you know about machine learning, right? I am guessing that you have attended a lot of machine learning programs so far. Is it so? Machine learning. Normally, I take these sessions on machine learning and deep learning. And have you tried this machine learning? And everyone are from CS background, right? Any other CS background from our audience? Could you chat me? Any other CS people? Yes, Anna and Korean, ma'am. Okay. I think non-CS people are also there, right? But you have heard about machine learning, right? Machine learning and deep learning. Yes or no? Everyone have heard about that. Okay. So you know about machine learning, right? So we want to take some decisions making on by analyzing the data. And 2 phases are very important. Not the building and training. Once we have built the data, we were training the data for building the machine learning models. And once we train the model, we can test. For example, I have created a face detection algorithm using, for example, I want to identify face detection algorithm for Pinarayi Vijayan. Okay, and we are having, because I have taken that example because a lot of images are available in internet, and I have taken 1,000 images of Pinarayi Vijayan. I can train with that data and build a face detection model for Pinarayi Vijayan, so that whenever I am giving after the training process, when I am giving a new photo, I can predict whether it is a Pinarayi Vijayan photo or not, right? So 2 phases are involved, training and testing. So these all data collection, the data cleaning part we have discussed in the previous steps. These all we can use for some processing application, that is building machine learning model. So today we will build 2 machine learning models basically. Normally I will take 4 or 5 days for the entire process. Today we will discuss only 2 things at the end of the day, that is linear regression and the k-means clustering. Okay, and regarding that machine learning techniques, this is very important actually. And somebody already know this concept, I know, but this sometime it will help for the beginners. Machine learning techniques are of different types, supervised learning technique, unsupervised learning technique, and reinforcement learning technique. And see, this I have made as a flowchart because this is very difficult to take and identify in a textbook. Normally, they won't offer this kind of flowcharts there. Supervised learning technique, I can say that 2 processes, classification and prediction is there. Unsupervised, we are having this clustering or association. And the difference between supervised and unsupervised, I'm leaving to you because I need much more time. Because I have some beautiful examples of that, and normally I'm taking, and I will explain with some small examples. For example, classification. Okay, classification is actually, for example, I have 500 images of cat, 500 images of dog. Okay, it is properly labeled as cat or properly labeled as dog very well. Okay, these 500 images are labeled as cat and these 500 images are labeled as dog. So once I have this 1000 data, I can train. After that, I'm giving 1001th data. Okay, 1001th data. So it will classify whether it is a cat or a dog. Okay, so that is the idea behind classification. So instead of this example, I can use any other data set. For example, sometimes this is an image data set. Sometimes it can be a textual data set. Sometimes it can be a numerical data set. Sometimes it can be a voice data set, audio, video, any kind of data sets it could be. For example, instead of this cat or dog, I could use spam or not spam classification. 500 data for spam and 500 data for non-spam. Okay, I could label it very well. And I could, for example, 1001 data is coming in, I could do some classification. It will predict actually. For example, boys or girl prediction. I can do it. Another one is prediction. Prediction is actually like we know about cricket, and you know that. We know that, for example, at the 40th over, okay, 40th over, it will be showing that, 45th over, this will be your score, okay, 300 will be your score. And you can see that. For example, in 41th over, how they are taking? They are taking the data from our first over, right? From the first over, they are recording our data, right? From the first over, they are recording our data. Second hour, they are recording data. The continuously 40 hours, they are recording your data, and they will predict what is going for the next for score of the 45th over. And you can see that when, for example, Yuvraj or Dhoni comes into the ground and he will continuously hitting some sixes, and you can see that the predicting score will be different in the 45th over, right? Have you seen that? The score will be different, prediction. How it is happening? Because at the 41th over, the score is, the run rate is entirely different, right? That's why. And so based on the previous data, we could do some predictions, right? And recently, you should answer it, okay? Recently, I got a query from my colleague actually, and he asked me actually, sir, actually, I have some data regarding the lottery tickets, okay? I have some lottery tickets data with me, and using that lottery tickets, because that lottery tickets won the competition, okay? These lottery tickets won the competition for the last 5 years. And I'm asking you, you should answer it, okay? You please answer it. Whether we could do some predictions on that, and which is the lottery winning lottery ticket for the next drawing? Can we use the previous lottery tickets for the next prediction? Winning lottery ticket? Could anyone chat me? Yes or no? Is it possible? Using the previous lottery tickets, can we predict the next upcoming lottery ticket? No. So one thing I'm requesting you to chat with me, okay, everyone please, so that I could interact very much easily. No, right? So it is very difficult to process, right? So how it is? Why it is not become possible? Because can anyone tell me why it's not become possible? But in cricket, it is possible, right? Yes, it is independent data. That is, they are all random data, right? It is not having any connections. It is randomly drawing. It is randomly drawing, right? Yes, independent variable. But in the case of cricket score, we could draw as a graph from the first over, right? It's very easy. Okay, and some data are independent. For example, yeah, they're random. Some data are independent. Like, for example, my a parent for a first child is boy. So can we guarantee that the second child will be a boy or a girl? Is it possible? If it is the first child is a boy, can we guarantee the second child is a boy or girl? Definitely not, right? Because they are not dependent. For example, today there is raining, and we could make some assumptions, right? We could do some random guess that it is not raining, right? Because based on the climatic condition, there will be some dependency. So what I try to convey is actually, if we're having a pattern of data, we could easily identify based on the previous examples, we could do the predictions. It's simple as that. That's all. So that's the idea behind classification. So in classification and prediction, we are having the sufficient knowledge about the super data that is called the supervised learning, right? But in the case of clustering is all about. I will give you an example. Actually, I will give you an example. What to say? For example, in my table, okay, in my table, a lot of things are scattered. Pen, paper, pencil, watch, bottle, mouse, all these kind of scattered. A lot of pen, papers, books are scattered in my table, and I want to group it together. Okay, I want to group it together. I have no enough time because I came to FDP this morning, but I asked my brother to group it. Okay, but I have, for example, if I ask my 5-year-old child here, so please do the grouping here. I am telling to a 5-year-old boy here, and he will help me because he will ensure to keep my words. But he don't know actually. This is paper, this is pen, this is watch. He don't know the names of that data, right? But he will try to group that. How to do the grouping actually? He will try to assemble all these things that having the similarity, right? He is looking into this guy, yeah, this paper, this is looking similar. So I could group it to this corner. And this pen or pencil looking like similar, I could group to this corner. So based on the similarity, instead of knowing about the data properly, he could group it, right? So that is called a clustering, right? So we are having some random data based on the similarity. In this example, you could see that pizza, burger, all these things they have, beer, all these things they have grouped together. So these similar items can be clubbed together, and this is called a clustering. And this is very applicable, for example, tumor detection. In brain area, we could have some gray cell or dark cell, and gray cell or white cell. And in that area, tumor contained area may contain huge density of dark cells. So we could identify that, yeah, this is a dense area. We could cluster it and label it as, identify it as a tumor. So this is the idea behind clustering. And this is well known to you because last few hours, minutes I am discussing about that. Whenever we are looking into Amazon or Flipkart for some products and coming back to Facebook or Google, we are getting some product name that is called, in machine learning people, we will tell that, machine learning people will tell that this is association mining. Okay, and business people will tell that that is target marketing. Okay, and Facebook will tell that this is my business. Okay, so these kind of algorithms actually we need to think about when we are processing a data. And we know that these 5 days are all about data science, but we couldn't avoid machine learning. We couldn't separate machine learning from these things. Okay, that's my point. And last one is reinforcement. Normally, I have some examples regarding. I'm not going to explain it detailedly because our focus is not on that. For example, supervised learning is actually a different kind of data labeled with properly, and we are generating a predictive model. So this process is called training, right? And once we have the trained data, we are going to test the data. So that is whether it will predict it is a duck or an duck, right? Similarly. So this is supervised learning. And coming to unsupervised learning, this is the picture I have told about. A lot of data are there, and we are grouping it without knowing about the data properly. So based on the similarity only, we are grouping all these things. That is called unsupervised learning. And reinforcement learning is actually learning from the. So this is not actually required for the data science, but I will mention in one word, one sentence. You know about for example, reinforcement learning is actually taking the information from the environment. Okay, taking the information from the environment. For example, in our home, some children, small kids will be there, and for example, if we want to convey a thing to a mature child, it will be very easy because he could identify the right or wrong thing. But when we are telling about the right or wrong things to a child, it is very difficult, right? So how we know that the parents, how the mother, Amma will treat the child properly. When the child is doing a good thing, she will give a gently touch or a kiss on his kiss for him, right? But when he is doing a bad thing, she will give a small beat, right? Small beat on for him, right? So he identifies that, yeah, this is a good thing, this is a bad thing, right? So I will say that this is a positive reward and a negative reward. So how the child is recognizing the positive and negative rewards. Similarly, the algorithm or the computer will recognize the rewards, positive rewards or negative rewards from the environment and take the best decision, repeat again and again. So that I will call it as reinforcement learning. So lot of things I need to discuss on that, but that actually don't need for some applications like risk evaluation, forecast sales, all these things we need. And some recommendation systems you could use for unsupervised training, anomaly detection, and I have mentioned about self-driving car. You know about Tesla car, right? It is running in the grounds of US without any human intervention, right? It is collecting the data, senses, and it will identify a lot of people. It will identify the pedestrian. It will identify the objects. It will identify the vehicles. It will identify the traffic lights. All these things it will automatically identify and take the decisions, right? So that is called a reinforcement learning. And see, these are the things behind all these kind of applications. Okay, and I can explain 1 more hour for these kind of things, but don't need now, right? So machine learning, how it plays a vital role in data science. That's why I have explained this kind of supervised learning and supervised learning. So with some, I have some much more interesting applications regarding with some feelings, but I have no enough time for that. That's why. Okay. So anyway, after all these steps, we should ensure that data validation is kept out properly, because some data, even though we have cleaned out the data, some data that involved in machine learning may result in wrong predictions. For example, if I want to get predicted the right cricket score, if I have taken the data, wrong data, for example, I have missed out runs of 3 balls, might be the run rate will be entirely different, right? So I couldn't guarantee the right prediction. So sometimes the data anomalies will come in, so we should do some data validation techniques. Okay. So I am not getting into detail. And once we are going through this entire process, finally we can deploy the product. Okay. So this I have explained because this is a journey, or this is a cycle actually doing by these business people for using the data science in their business. So that's why. So these 7 steps we have discussed, and yeah, let me move to the next slide actually. Yeah, give me 1 second. Yes. Yeah. So we know that a lot of algorithms behind that. Okay. We will be taking small breaks. I have intimated coordinator ma'am to we can give some small breaks in between. Okay, so that everyone can take their eyes from the laptop or mobile screen, so that you can take a relax in between. Okay, so a lot of algorithms like KNN algorithm. When I'm leaving in a few minutes. Okay, don't worry. Okay, you can take some free time. Okay. So some use cases like, for example, KNN algorithm. When we are approaching a bank and when we are requesting a loan from the bank, they will identify our previous history. You know about CIBIL score, right? They will look into our entire CIBIL score, and they will. Recently I also went for a bank for a loan, and I have requested some. I have given some documents, but they have directly checked my CIBIL score, and they are telling about the entire history. So and they will be analyzing that, yeah, whether this person can be given some loans, so that they are thinking. So imagine how many lakhs of people or how many crores of people are using banking services in a single day. And based on the status of the entire data, imagine RBI is taking some decisions to avail or granting some loans. How they can approve the loan based on that. So imagine we are having an algorithm, KNN algorithm or some kind of machine learning algorithm on the data. They could take some decisions whether the loan can be approved or not, reject the loan. Okay. So another one, my friend is working hereby in a college and he is doing in PhD in VAT Chennai, and he is riding the car from Kollam and to Chennai, and he is taking the data continuously, and because he want to collect the data and he want to propose a model for efficiently the tire inflation, all this. He's a mechanical engineering faculty, and he's doing. I know personally. And this kind of data we could use for a future prediction. We could use for linear regression. Okay. So another one. This I have already mentioned. This kind of came in. We know that a lot of OTT release are happening now in Corona time, COVID time, and English Malayalam movies. We have seen it through these OTT releases, and they are giving some ratings, right? IMDb rating they are issuing, and there are a lot of standard IMDb or a movie database rating data sets are available publicly for our research work easily. Okay, you could try that also. Okay, for your researchers. Okay, so K-means algorithm can group out the genre of the movies actually, whether it is a Hindi movie or an action movie, thriller movie, horror movie. You can see that in Netflix also. They are doing some random groups, right? So it will be very easy. So, and another one is association role mining. For example, we have, I think you have these things you have taken you have taught your students, right, in your classes, association role mining. And for example, we opened a shop at morning, and every customer is coming randomly. Every minute they have a lot of customers, and they are purchasing. For example, they have purchased the citrus fruit, semi-finished, and she have already purchased some ready soups. And the shop owner can determine that by 5 o'clock what will be the product, what is the product that person is trying to purchase about. So that kind of predictions we could do. That is called association rule. And this is a real example of reinforcement learning. See, reinforcement learning is actually trying to learn from the environment. Imagine the self-driving car. You can answer me. Okay, this is very interesting. Imagine a self-driving car. What it is working in US grounds, right? Imagine that self-driving car I am taken that self-driving car to the city of Tambanur Junction. I have placed that self-driving car in Tambanur Junction. Whether it will work properly, if I have taken that self-driving car to the roads of Tambanur or to any cities in Kerala, whether it will work properly, yes or no? No, right? What is the reason behind that actually? The car is trained with the environment of US ground, right? But it is taking but we know that when we are taking that car into the ground, condition of road, I'm happy with your chats, okay. Condition of the road is very difficult and also we know the culture of our pedestrians, right? They will jump into the ground or road very quickly, right? The car is trained with the environment of US, and it will identify the bridges, objects, pedestrians, traffic lights from there. But our pedestrians are not. Our rules of driving is also different, exactly. So, what the Indian film, you can see that, right? We are training the car and we are training the robot, and it is driving in the road, but the situations are very difficult, right? So that means the environment is very important for training these kind of algorithms. Okay. So, and about a lot of news. In a couple of minutes, I will be leaving you. Okay. In news recommendations, that we are seeing the debates in Madhubhumi, Manorama, or in the national news channels, right? And you can see that we are in the mid of not of news, right? And for example, I am not interested in political news. I am not interested in social or sports news. But all kind of news I'm receiving daily, right? So if imagine how a news app could recommend our news. And in 1 minute, I will explain one thing. About music, YouTube recommendation, about, right? And about the few years back, we are having the entire music in our iPod or Sometimes some memory cards, we are saving our songs in that, right? 500 or 600 songs we will be saving into our memory card and we will be hearing. But even though a lot of musics are there, when we are traveling in a bus, local bus, or when we are about to sleep by night, even though we are having 500 or 600 songs, we will be constantly hearing one or two songs which are close to our heart, right? Which is personal to us, right? Because we know that we interested in that kind of genre of that music, right? So that music we are constantly hearing, right? And we know that now we are not saving our music in our phone, right? We are listening it online. Is it so? Yes or no? We are Jio Savan, Airtel, Wing Music. Anyone trying that? Anyone has used that? This kind of online music apps? Yes, right. Now we are not in. Yes, now we are not saving the entire songs in our mobile phone, right? We are saving only our photo in our gallery only. That's it. So you can see that the Jio 7 in the Jio 7 or Airtel Wing Music, they are recommending music. Have you seen that? They are recommending music based on our interest. Yeah, you are a fan of Chitra, or you are a fan of melody songs, you are a fan of Vidyasagar. They will be recommending music, right? So that's why they are taking our data. They are also taking our data, okay, for doing the predictions, right? So that's why the recommendations are happening across. And movie recommendations already I have told about content based, collaborative based, and the context based, okay. And news categorization. So, okay. See, we know that when we are reading the news in the channel and some news are scrolling in the bottom portion of our TV, and for example, Narendra Modi elected as the new Prime Minister or Pinarayi Vijayan elected as the new Chief Minister, a tag will be associated with that, right? A headline. For example, politics, right? Politics. And for example, Sachin hit a century. A tag called sports will come in front of that, or cricket it will come in front of that, right? So that is a categorization. How it is happening? It's not a big deal. It's not a rocket science because the people in the studio is doing that. They are simply typing and sending across, right? And you see, recently, not recently, 1 or 2 years back, I am normally telling this example everywhere. My friend is working in Technopark, and they got a project from a company outside India, and their requirement is actually for that studio. Actually, if you are sending some news in the software should be able to predict the category of the news automatically. Okay, you got the point. Instead of labeling it the news category manually, the software it should be able to identify it automatically. For example, Narendra Modi elected as the new Prime Minister. The software should automatically recognize it's a political news. So I'm leaving you to my dear audience, participants. For example, this is the news. Sachin inaugurated a BMW showroom near Narendra Modi's house. Okay, Sachin inaugurated a BMW showroom Narendra Modi's house. So can you tell me the category? Sachin inaugurated a BMW showroom near Narendra Modi's house. Can you tell me the category of the news actually? Could you chat me? Everyone? Could you chat me? Anyone? Sachin inaugurated. What is the kind of news? Whether it is a political news or a cricket news, automobile news or a business news? Miscellaneous. Okay. Any other answer? So I'm eagerly waiting for a reply. That's why I expect a lot of from you. Sports and politics and automobile. Yeah, business. Okay. Yeah, business. Okay. So we can read through the line. Yeah, mix it. Yeah, we can on a single approach. It is a mixed approach, right? Sachin. It starts from the left part. Sachin means it's a sports person, right? Inaugurated. Yeah, it's a process. A BMW. BMW means it's an automobile, right? BMW showroom. BMW showroom means something related with a business or automotive business, right? Next, the problems comes in. Near Narendra Modi. I mean, Narendra Modi is having a huge weightage of politics, right? So, near Narendra Modi's house. Again, the situation is different, right? So, but actually the sentiment behind or the theme behind the news is actually an automotive business, right? Even our 40 participants have a different opinion. Imagine how a computer should take the decision, right? So this is a scenario behind the data science. So some powerful machine learning techniques can tackle all these. Natural language processing, definitely you heard about that, right? So lot of investment. For example, if I taken the data history of the company for the last few years, I could suggest what is the product, which company I could invest in 2025. So these kind of things we could 1 second, we could process using data science. Let me take the slide. Okay. So these are all the applications we have well versed. Okay. We'll discuss one the last. So 1 minute. Okay. So here you can see that if you want to become a master in data science, you could try these kind of things. Not completely actually. This is SAS, Tableau, Python, R, so these kind of things you could do. Okay. And this Python is very important for data science because it's very simple and easy to learn. Okay, because it supports many platforms, support even in Ubuntu or Windows, anything we could use it there. And high level and interpreter language, you definitely know what is the difference between high level language and low level language, right? And it's an interpretation language. Okay, not C programming. This is an interpretation language. And here, data manipulation, visualization, analysis, very possible for Python, and it's having powerful library. This makes our processing very easy. These libraries make my classes very easily because that's why I am very flexible to take the classes because a lot of powerful libraries are inbuilt in the Python. Okay. Okay, so if you're having a knowledge on mathematics, business, and technology, we can become a data science. Okay, and I'm not going to getting into the theory concepts because in the coming days also some experts will be dealing that. Okay, so if you have some skill set on statistics, you can have some programming language knowledge, and you should have some knowledge on data extraction processing and data wrangling and exploration, and machine learning concepts is very essential. And the data visualization techniques and tools, you can grab your skills on that. I mean, we are all faculties. We are gaining some additional knowledge, right? So if we are encouraging our students to shift their career path, we could suggest this kind of knowledge sharing with them. Okay, so that I'm sharing. So that's why I'm sharing you. Okay, so a lot of jobs like. So normally I'm taking this for 1 hour, not I'm discussing it much more here. So data scientists, we could shift our opportunity as a data analyst and data architect. Okay, data engineer we could have, and data statistician if you're having a knowledge in SQL or data mining tools. Database management system, data statistician. For a data engineer, we could have some knowledge in R, Ruby, Java, CPP, MATLAB, all kind of things. Okay. And the statistician, database administrator means we could have some knowledge of database security, modeling, database design. So database administrator we could make, and business analyst. If we're having knowledge in data visualization, data modeling, data engineering, or management executive skills, you can have a knowledge in business insight. Okay, and data and analytics manager, if you're having a knowledge in SAS or R or SQL or any other skills, social skills or leadership skills are essentially needed, our students could go all these job roles. Okay, so this I am winding up now for the time being. Okay, so one thing I immediately request from you is actually now we can take a break for 5 or 10 minutes. Okay, in between small breaks. Next session, we are directly jumping to the hands-on. Okay, we are mainly focusing on the hands-on. This introduction I required actually because when we are doing this hands-on today's session, we should know about why we are doing like this. Okay, instead of directly doing all these businesses. Okay, so one thing I need to hear from, is it okay? Could you follow me? Please raise your feedback so that I could adjust the sessions. I couldn't see your faces. That's it. Is it this phase is okay? So I'm not giving the boring sessions on the coming sessions because I'm doing the hands-ons. Okay, you could do along with me. Okay, it will be very interesting. Not like this boring. Okay, is it okay? Shall we follow like this? Everyone could you chat me? Okay, is it you could in this phase and the speed? It's okay, right? Okay, I'm reading your chats. Okay, I'm very eager to see your feedback. That's why I can shift my presentation. That's why. Okay, is it okay? Everyone, could you chat me? Is it okay? Speed is everyone. You could follow me, right? Interesting session. Okay. So thank you. So I guarantee definitely some good takeaway. Everyone should be benefited from the day today. Okay. So, ma'am, shall we take a break now for 10 minutes?
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think for the now it is 10:45. Can we join by yes? Can we join by 10:55 for the next session? Okay. So that in between small breaks will be taken, 5 or that kind of 2-3 minutes break also we will take in between. So this is the end of the theory part I am trying to share with you. After that, we are moving directly to the hands-on session. So please arrange your laptop. In internet connection is already there. So we are doing in Google Colab. Okay, Google Colab we will be doing. No need of an external software. Okay, we will doing in Chrome itself. So please join. We will start by 10:55. Please take a break and come back with a new energy. Okay, okay. Thank you, everyone. See you in 10 minutes. Okay, okay. Thank you. So, hi everyone, welcome back. Shall we start? Yes, everyone has joined, right?
Yes, sir, we can start. Yes. So I think those who are doing with me parallelly, okay. We could do in Google Colab. You might be heard about that, right? Google Colab is a platform, or it's an online platform for doing this. We could do the Python, machine learning, or deep learning, all these GPU facilities we are receiving. So uh, Google Colab, okay, you could Google it. Okay, I think a few of them are doing with me parallelly. Okay, and those who are not doing lively, you could make a note on your notebook. Okay, so please do that also. And I think ma'am has received your the Excel files you need to do. And did you receive your files in laptop? Have you received your files? Have you received these files? IRS Excel, Excel 2, shampoo, Titanic data? Yes, right? Okay. So please you try to get ready with this Excel files. So first we will explain with this shampoo.csv. Okay. Shampoo.csv. Some data I have randomly taken from the internet. Okay. So those are doing parallelly, and when you are receiving the results, and you can message me in between continuously, and I'm patiently waiting your chats replies. Okay, and you can raise me any issues if you are receiving. Okay, if any errors. So I'm going to show you some methods we could use. And you can see that in the datasets, you can see month number, face cream, face wash, toothpaste, bathing soap, shampoo, moisturizer, total units, total profit. Some randomly data we have taken. Okay. So we are going to process on this, and I think the resource persons have not deal with the Python. I think some have taken the pre-processing part, right? So we will be discussing some functions or packages associated with the Python. Okay. So and doing with me means you can try Google Colab. Okay. So here you can click on the first link, Google Colab. Okay, Google Colab. It's a research platform openly for academicians so that they can deploy your machine learning or deep learning models using the GPU support of Google servers. Okay. Okay, we need to have some powerful. We need there's a requirement for having some powerful computers or configurations for dealing with huge data. So at that time, we could use the Google Colab for dealing the deep learning. Normally, I handle the workshops of using this for deep learning using this Colab actually. Okay. So here you can create, you can see have you tried this Google Colab already? Okay. So one thing I am requesting is to chat with me. Okay. Any simple things you can chat with me so that I can teach. So that I will be very. That's my disadvantage also. So if your chatting is getting very properly, I can take the classes very smoothly. That's why you please interact with me. Okay. And here you can see that new notebook, open notebook, upload notebook. A lot of options are there, but you could directly go to the thing to the end, and you can see two options right here. Code and text is there. Okay. You could take the code here, and you could take code. I will zoom it. Okay. And I think you have tried it so far, right? Somebody already tried Google Colab already. You know about it, right? So anyway, okay, we will start doing it. Okay. So here, here simply we can do some Python programs. Here we don't need to have a master. We don't need to be a master in Python. Everyone could directly write the Python programs, not like the C program. You know that writing a C program, hashing load stdio, dot touch conio, dot touch void main. All these things are there. Right? Here we don't need to have that kind of things. Here directly use this print, for example, print the Python. I can directly use this. Okay. Like the simple English, we are the communicative English we can do print Python. Here is a run button, and you are running it. Okay, print Python. Like for the first time, it is connecting to the server. That's why first time it will take some time. Okay, if you little, it depends on network connection also. Yeah, print Python. You know about the concept, right? And simply to add two numbers, 5 plus 6. Okay, 5 plus 6. You can run it by clicking here or shift enter. Okay, shift enter. Okay. All right. Okay. You can. So here we are doing it. Okay. Shift enter also it will work. Okay. Okay. Right. You can do this. So shall we start doing? We are going to do the data set one by one. Okay. So if you have any doubts, you chat me continuously. Okay. So please concentrate. Okay. I know that today is a holiday and we are in the mid of different family situations, but you please concentrate here for a few minutes. Okay. And here there is a package we are going to use called pandas. Okay. Pandas we are going to use, and it is a Python library. And using this pandas, we are going to do some operations today. Okay. Pandas. So what is actually pandas? You can Google it and you can say take some documentation data. For example, when we are Google it and pandas, you can see like you can get the pandas official site is there. Okay, and a lot of documentations are available. And if you are progressing with your research using this, you can definitely go through this all kind of things. Okay, pandas. Okay, you can take the documentation. Okay, and lot of tutorials are available. So I'm not going to discuss. We are discussing it here one by one. The required operations. Okay, so pandas.pydata.org official. So a lot of user guide data to the things are there. Okay, you can take it there. And a lot of basic examples are also available. JIT available. Okay, let it pandas all these things. Okay, let it be there. You can try it one by one when you're free. Okay, and here we are using it pandas for one by one operations we need actually. So let me show you how to use the import pandas. You can use import pandas. Okay, import pandas. And when we are importing as pandas, we could directly use some operations like pandas dot something we could use. But I'm using like the object in a C program. We are using import pandas as PD normally. Import pandas as X, no problem. Import pandas as Y, no problem. No issues, right? So normally a convention we're following that is import pandas as PD. That's very fine, right? And here we are going to open certain files into this Google Colab. Okay. And you know that here, this is a data set that is shampoo.csv. Okay. Shampoo.csv we are going to import. And you know the fields available in the data set, month number, face cream, face wash, all these things. So we are going to perform some operations on that. Okay. So another data set will be taking care. Okay. So how to import that? So listen carefully. In the left side, you can see a file explorer button. Okay. Left side, you can see a file explorer button. And you could see that there is an upload button here. You can see there is an upload button. Okay. In Colab, that's why this are steps we need to follow. Okay. Colab. Okay. In the left button. And here you can see the Google Colab button. Okay. Upload. Okay. Upload button you can see. Okay. You have tried Colab? Yes or no? Beginner or first time or already used? Could you chat me? Already used Colab? Could you chat me, everyone? Those who are doing. Anyway, you can see a file explorer button, and here you can see an upload button. Okay, and here on clicking the upload button, yeah, beginner. Okay. So I'm asking because which phase I want to take. That's why I'm okay. Okay, you can import buttons. On the left side, okay, is file explorer button. You can see three buttons
Sir, I
above
have a
there.
query.
Which one, sir?
Sir, actually, I'm not able to edit it. I mean, in that,
Uh,
yes,
have you
it's
opened
getting
Colab, sir?
disabled.
Have you logged into Gmail?
Yes, sir.
Okay,
And
in left side,
I've
can you see this
opened that
button, sir?
collab, but
Okay.
I'm not able to type anything on that.
Uh, okay, you logged in, right, sir?
Yes, sir. Yes,
Have
sir.
you logged in? Okay,
Yes,
okay.
sir.
Then what's the issue? Sir, here you can see that there's a code or a text. You can click on this button, code button.
Okay, then.
Yeah, can you click on that? There will be a new
Yes,
window
sir.
will be appearing like this.
But nothing is displayed. I mean, I can't type anything. It's a blank screen.
Is there any window appeared?
Yes, yes. There is a select a window for typing the command that what you have done, but I'm not able
Uh-huh.
to type it. It's getting a blank.
Cursor is appearing there?
Yes, yes. Cursor is there.
Okay, can you try it out? Any person? I think there are some internal issues
Nothing
there.
gets
Any
printed.
keyboard?
Okay, sir. You continue. I will.
Okay. So any other
Yes.
softwares you are having Anaconda or anything?
No, sir. No, sir. A very big. Yeah.
Okay. Fine. Ma'am, any group for us participants? WhatsApp group?
Yes, sir. We have a WhatsApp group.
Yeah, can you add me there and add me to the group also so that you can
Yes,
share
yes,
your
yes.
screenshots? Please,
Sure, sir.
please.
Sure, sure.
And every participants can share your screenshots there so that I can readily solve your problems. Okay, 1 minute. Anyway, everyone should be benefited, right? So give me 1 minute. I will join the group. Remaining people could type, right? The rest of the people have tried out, right? Yes, yes. Okay, okay. Any issues you tell me, chat me. Okay, we are solving it in meantime. Okay. Anyway, please add me to the group and share your issues screenshots to them. On the left side, there is a file explorer button, and you could see there is an upload button. Okay, upload button. You can upload your data, like you can upload your shampoo.csv open. Okay, shampoo.csv, and you click on OK. Here you can see that it is appeared there. You can see that shampoo.csv. Okay, you can upload there, and first time we are giving. That's why I'm explaining very fast. Shampoo.simply. Okay, shampoo.csv. Okay, and you uploaded there shampoo.csv. And once you upload it there, it is available in the Colab laboratory. Okay, it is in the environment. We got the CSV file, and here we need to open it actually. Okay, we need to open it actually. So for here we can use the help of pandas. Using pandas, we are going to explain. So there's a command. Okay, so there's a command for that actually. Let me type it. Okay, so please use this pd.read_csv. Okay, pd.read_csv, because we are opening an Excel sheet or a CSV file, and you will be wondering that is it available? No, pd.read_table is there. pd.read_table is there, and pd.read_xslx, I guess, right? xsx what is it? This is the format, right? Okay, anyway, you try it. Okay.
Samod sir,
Okay.
sorry
okay.
to interrupt you. I have
Yes.
shared the WhatsApp group link through the chat window. Since I am
Okay.
not
Okay. Okay.
admin, I can't add you in the group. So
Yes. Yes. Let me
yeah,
join. No
those who
problem.
are not in the WhatsApp group
Sir, I will
can
add you.
also
I'll add
join
you.
through the link. Yeah.
I have joined, sir. I have joined. Yeah. Now I am available. No problem. So if you have any issues in the screenshots, no, in the coding, you mention me in the chat box. I will come to the WhatsApp parallelly. Okay, so that I can engage you. In the WhatsApp group, you can share your personal issues in a screenshot. Okay, I will clear it. No issues. Okay, I have joined there. Okay. Yes. Now I will be available in the group. If you have any issues, you chat me and I will come to WhatsApp immediately. Okay. So pd.read_csv we are going to use, and pd.read_csv inside you can give a double quotes. Okay, you can give a double quotes, and what you want to do is actually for the first time you taken care of these kind of things. After that we will be continuously practicing. Here, come to this file explorer button again, and you could see a right click. Okay, since you are a beginner, that's why I'm explaining very basically. Right click. Okay, right click on this shampoo.csv, and you can see a copy path. Right, you can give a copy path. So you take that copy path, and here you come this way, and you can paste it. Control V you should give. No paste button is available. Okay, so Control V. I'm repeating again, shampoo.csv, right click, copy path. Here, inside a double quotes, you Control V, paste, you should give. Now it is available. Okay, is it so? You're getting the outputs. You can do it, right? Then, now this is a way we could use a CSV or an Excel sheet or an external file using the pandas into the library. Advantage of pandas is actually, you know that Excel sheet is already in a tabular format. The pandas will taken care of that format. That is, it will taken care into a tabular format in the data in the Colab itself. For example, what the simplicity of Python we are going to discuss now, you can see here. I can copy the entire Excel sheet into a single variable. For example, data is equal to. Is it okay? Imagine whether it is possible in a C program. Whether it is the entire Excel sheet you can copy into a single variable. That means the entire Excel sheet you are seeing here. Now it is available to a single variable. That is data. Data is available. You can see it, right? Data. So if you are printing the contents also, it will be very fine to see the data. You can see it, print the data. Yes, now it is clear that it is available. It has loaded into the memory, the collab also, right? You can see it, right? Printed data. Okay, so I think you are doing with me, right? You are getting the points, right? Okay, if you have any issues, you chat me and I will come to WhatsApp now. Okay, so this is, you can try it for the first time, okay, because we are using for the first time. And okay, I'm doing it one by one. Okay, I'm doing it one by one. And I know that somebody also already done it for a lot of times. Okay, this is, I'm clearing it from basic because a lot of beginners also. Please excuse me, remaining people. Okay, print the data. Okay, PD is acting like an object. Yeah, we are pointing out to the variable like a file variable or a thing we could trigger to read the data. So print it. Okay, is it fine? Okay, then if you want to get the first, for example, head of 5 means first 5 data I could see there. Head dot data dot head of 5. That means first 5 data I could appear. I could see here. You could see data dot head of. Okay, you're doing with me, right? Data dot head of. And data dot 10 of means data dot 8 of head of 8 means the first 8 data. Okay, first 8 data. And similarly, if I'm giving a data dot a tail of data dot a tail of 5 means the last 5 data I could appear there. Last 5 data. Data dot the tail of last 5 data you get only few data are available. Next time I will be we will be dealing with the big data set. Okay, only 12 data are available. Okay, 12 data are available. Okay, and here you could data dot tail of. If you are not mentioning about the value inside head or tail, for example, if I'm giving a data dot head of only, it will take the first 10 data. First 10 data. Sorry, first 5 data. Okay, first 5 data. Okay, if I'm taking data dot tail of, not mentioning about any numbers, it will take the last 5 data. Okay, last 5 data. So two operations we have seen. One is data dot head of, that kind of variable dot head of. Any variable you could give. For example, we could give instead of data, we could give K2. No issues. Okay, we could give data. So K2 means the K2 is a variable we have used there. Okay, I have used it because to show you the flexibility of any kind of variables. Okay, so like, okay, data, let it be there. And you are clear with that, right? So you tried it. Okay, and then we are moving to the rest of operations, and remaining operations we are going to discuss it one by one. And for example, you can see that the entire variables, face cream, face wash, toothpaste, things of this I will show you in the next data set how to process the index. Okay, I will show you that. And before that, I will show you the things I am remembering one by one. If I want to take the mean of the data, we could take like print data dot the entire thing dot mean of. Okay, mean of. Okay, data dot mean of, data dot mean of, and you can see the result. That is, for a particular columns, we could identify month, what is the mean of month number, face cream, face wash, toothpaste, bathing soap, all these things, moisturizer. See, every column, they will be taken care of this mean value. Okay, every columns we are taking care of the mean value. Okay, taking care of the mean value. You got the point. Data of mean of. And for a particular column also, this I'm commenting it one by one. Okay, so that I can summarize it very easily at the end. Okay, data. For example, if I want to take the face cream mean only, that means which column? Face cream, face cream. This column, face cream. Okay, face cream. I can take like data of that particular column only, face cream, data of face cream. But you should give inside a single quotes. Data, like an array, array, right? A of something. A of 5 means it's an array. Like you can. Similarly, A is the variable means 5 is the index. Similarly, data is a variable. Which one I can take? The face cream only. But here, this is a string, so that's why you should use the single quotes. Data of face cream. You could see it, right? Data of face cream. We are taking the mean of the data of face cream. So that's why we are taking the printf. So similarly, a particular column mean we could take it. Okay, same thing, same thing. You got it right. So you got the point. And similarly, another you're doing with me, right? So then I am taking similarly mean. We could take another operations like yeah, I'm remembering data dot median also median. Okay, you could print out. Okay, data dot median you could you could type. Okay, I will increase the speed. Okay, don't worry. Data dot median. Okay, so we could say the median of every data, and particularly for a particular column means also we could take. Okay, median of every data we could also take. Okay, median, and let it be there, and another one we could take median and also a mode of the data, right? Mode of the data. The mode means the maximum occurring the count, I guess, right? Mode of the data. So print mode of data. Okay, data dot mode of data dot mode of data dot mode of. Here also we could take the mode of the data. Every data we are taking the mode of the data. Mean we have taken, median, mode also we have taken. Then we can take the count. Okay, we can take the count of the data dot count. Okay, data dot count of. Here also we can take the particular count of every yeah, month number 12, page number 12, because everything has a count of 12, right? Everything has a count of 12, right? That's why so particular data we could take the count also. So that's why we are taking the count. And you know what? Particularly, we can go for a particular column also. Okay, we could take the column count also. One specific column count of a screen. You can take this for count, right? Mean and median. Median means actually median is the center. Now I have a confusion. Median means is the if you are taking in an ascending order and the center occurring portion is the median, right? That's the median, I guess. If you are taking in an ascending order and the center value is the median, I guess, right, ma'am? Mean is the average. Yeah. Yes, median, right? So count also we could take, and we could think about the total standard deviation of a particular item, face cream item. So face cream dot STD, standard deviation. And you know how to calculate the standard deviation, right? So you please refer it. All these are simple max things. Standard deviation, right? Yeah, standard deviation of the entire data. We could take it, right? Data minus mu summation by total number of data. Okay. One question I got in the chat box: without uploading the data, is there a method to get data set? Actually, if you are trying to process an external sheet, one approach is you could upload here. Second approach is we can upload the data in a Google Drive. Okay, Google Drive, and one line we could add here for take that Google Drive here. Okay, you want to see it? I want to check it. That's why I tried for some projects. Yeah, RStudio is very good for statistics. Now I got the day for Python. That's why I deal with the Python. RStudio is very good for than Python, better than Python. That's right. Okay. Hema Krishnan saying, yeah, we can upload the data like this, and we can upload in Google Drive, and we can take the library or the drive link here, so that it will be very easy. Okay. Yeah. I think that's fine, right? Then standard deviation, and also then we will be switching detail on another Pandas frameworks. Okay, and if we can take the data dot standard deviation, we have seen it, right? Then I can show you the max value. So every maximum value of the particular column we could identify. Okay, we could identify. Okay. We'll just use max value. Okay, max value. Here, maximum of a column, we could take it out like this way. The maximum of every column, we could take it out. And similarly, definitely min will be there, right? Max and min will be there. Okay, max and min will be there. Okay, max and min will be there. Okay, and another thing I will show you is like the data description, like print the entire data information, data dot describe, right? Data dot describe means it will show you the entire data information. Like data information means the count, the what are all the things we have taken here will be getting as a single command. The count of the entire month number column, that is the total count, mean of the month number, standard deviation of the month number, how much data are of 25% of the month number, how much data 50% of the month number, like maximum of the month number, all these things we have taken simply by data dot describe of data dot describe. Okay, so just I have shown you how to deal the basic idea of these data sets. Okay, so you got the idea. Do you whether you got the output for all these things? Okay, and I'm repeatedly saying that somebody has already tried this for a lot of times, but this is a beginner. We should start from here. That's why. Okay, is it okay? Are doing with me? Okay. Just confused over the values. Oh, okay, fine. Standard deviation. STD means standard deviation. Standard deviation. Here, this one. Standard deviation means here the entire data minus mean of the data summated together by in today last session I am dealing about linear regression. There I will explain this standard deviation again. Okay, divided by you can see it, right? X minus, this is the face cream. For example, the mean of face cream we can take here some values, right? This is a mean. Okay, and 2500, the question will be coming like this. Okay, 2500 minus x plus 2630 minus x. Similarly, all these things are subtracting from here, 2900 minus x. So this will be subtracting all values with the mean, and this will be summated together, and this will be summated together, and we are taking with the dividing with the average, right? So dividing with the 12, right? Dividing with the 12. So this is the standard deviation of that particular phase curve. Okay, standard dividing with it. You got the point, man. Smita, man. Standard deviation. We are subtracting all values with the mean and submitting to all these values and dividing by 2. Is it okay? Yes, right. That's the standard deviation from the equation. And this is square also. Okay, square also we are taking and in the square root. Okay, and this is all I have mentioned the basic idea, the simple operations we could try with the pandas. Okay, and I'm going to explain on the next topics. Okay, one by one we can discuss. Okay, in the right phase, and I think we can move to some other data sets, and once you have tried it, we can move into the next one. So here you can take the another data set, Titanic data. Okay, you can take the data, Titanic data set. Okay, Titanic data set. You can take it. I will show you. Okay, because I'm dealing with some data, because some erroneous data are there and some missing values are there. So that's why I'm taking this Titanic data set. And okay, and you can see that a lot of mixture of data, numerical data, textual data, all these kind of data sets are available there, right? So here you can see it. Okay. Passenger ID, surveyed P class, and you know that this is the data set of a Titanic, and those who have surveyed from the Titanic ship crash. Okay, Titanic ship crash. You can see the data of the people collected from here. Okay, I think there is no Jack and Rose. Okay, anyway, some data we got. Okay, so age, ticket, fare, cabin, all these things we have got. Okay, shall we try this? Okay, and please upload that again here on the Colab. Okay, the Colab, you open it, upload, and here you can see, click here. Okay, and here Titanic data.csv. Okay, Titanic data.csv. Okay, you have uploaded it, right? Okay, if you have any doubts, you ask me in the WhatsApp also. Okay, sure. Then you right click on that, copy path. Here also we are repeating the same process. Import pandas pd. Okay, then pd.read underscore csv. Okay, you can also use some other table or something, no issues. CSV also you could use CSV inside you paste it. Okay, and you can see the path along with that is a content. There is a path here. You can see here path, not directly the file name only. A path name is associated with a variable called content, right? So content Titanic.csv, and you can, okay. And I'm repeating Python there is a lot of tools better than Python. Okay, now we're dealing today's topic all about Python. That's why we are discussing. Okay, we should know the flexibility of Python also. That's why. Okay, so here also data is equal to, and you can ensure the data comes into the variable. You can see, right, the entire thing are available. How much data totally? Totally Titanic data set is all about, all right, around 891 data. Okay, 891 data. Why we have taken this? Because a lot of missing data are available. Lot of missing data. No, the zero and the missing data is different. You know that zero is a value, but some columns are very empty. Some cells, it is not available. So we are going to process that kind of things also one by one. Okay, some are empty. You can see that some are empty, right? So we are going to deal with that kind of things. Here also we have printed it, right? So one by one we are going to discuss, and you can see that. Listen to me. Which are the columns available? Passenger ID, survived, passenger class, name, sex, age, SIP, PR, ticket, fare, cabin number, right? So this can be treated as a columns or attributes. And one thing I will show you here, we have used it, opened it directly, and without mentioning any index, right? So, for example, if I'm printing, instead of printing data, if I'm printing data dot index, okay, I'm running it, print data dot index, you can see that total 892 data, and it will be incrementing by one, okay, and there is no specifically no index it is mentioning there, okay. So I will show you the data actually displayed here. So this is passenger ID surveyed, but you can see that there is automatically the Python automatically the pandas is giving a new index called 0, 1, 2, 3, 4. You can see in the leftmost side, okay, 886, 87, 890, okay. But we could make one of the column as the, for example, I could make passenger ID as the index, means you can do like this. So you can use comma. Okay, you could make one column. You could make one column as an index column directly, as an index column directly, so that you could use index underscore col. Okay, index underscore col. That means which is the column I can make it as an index. Okay, index file, index underscore column is equal to, for example, if I'm giving 0. Okay, 0 means the first column. First column should be taken as index. So let me run it. Okay, so that is, and if I'm print, you can see that passenger ID is the first column, right? Passenger ID, that means the first column, index column is equal to 0, is direct, it is assigned as the index, okay, index column. So it is, and if I'm printing data dot index, data dot index, you can see the difference. Yeah, now it is passenger ID is now showing us now the name is passenger ID. Passenger ID is made as the index column, right? So you got the difference, right? So this is a difference I have shown you without index column and with index column. I can give some other index. Index column is equal to 1 means the next one. Index column 1 means which is the next one, surveyed. You can see that surveyed. Surveyed also you could give. Okay, let's see the output. You can see that now the survived column is taken as the index. Okay, so normally we are taking the first one because like a primary key in the database, it should be unique, right? So we are taking index column is equal to 0. You got the point? Okay, and yes or no? Could you at least you can chat me? Is it okay? Yes or no? I know that is a very simple question anyway. Is it okay? Difference between index column and without index column? Yes or no? Yes, okay. Then we can try with some other, okay. The results will be the four. I am going to explain few operations. Yeah, upcoming operations. You can see the difference in the operation output with index column and without index column. We are looking into that. Okay. Print. If we want to see the data, I'm remembering columns. Okay. Data dot columns. Columns. Okay. Column or columns. Columns. Yeah, columns. Data columns, you can see the columns available there, and you can see that, yeah, survey with the P class name, all these things. But you can see that one person is missed out here. Okay, that is, it should start from passenger ID. It should start from passenger ID. Why it is not displayed here? Can anyone tell me why it is not displayed here? Because why? Because it is already taken as index. it is already taken as index, right? So it will be not, if it is not taken as index, it will be also counted as a column, right? So now the passenger ID is coming here, right? So since we have taken the passenger ID, that is column number 0, that is the first column, as the index, it is not appearing as a column. Now the columns should, so this is the columns, right? Have you tried it? Data dot columns, you got it, right? Then if I want to print the size of that, okay, print the data dot size, print the data dot size, let me be there. Okay, data dot size, yeah, total. You can see that. Before that, I will show you, before the size, I will show you the dimension, so that, no, it's the shape, so that we can multiply it and see it. Data dot shape, you can see that 891 into 11. Okay, 891 rows and 11 columns. Okay, 11 columns, and you can see we have not taken which column, the first column, because it is already taken. It is already taken, which one, passenger ID is already taken as the index. So instead of apart from that, we are having 11 columns, right? And if you are not taking it as an index column, we can see the difference, like this one, 891 into 12, right? Now the first column is also taken care. Okay, taken care, and we can see the already we have seen data dot size, right? Data dot size. So now it will be showing the total size. That is 891 into 12. It will be showing 10,692 is the size of that one. Okay, I makes actually it is a dimension. 891 into 12 is a dimension, and you are going to getting the outputs, right? You are trying with me parallelly. Print the data dot size. Any issues, you tell me in the chat. If I want to come to WhatsApp, you message me. I will come there. Okay. Data dot size. And what another thing? Yeah, dimension we have seen. Then, for example, data dot. There's a command called the n dimension or d. Yes, n dimension. Yes, n dimension means the dimension of the data. And we know that this is a 2D data, right? Two-dimensional data. Dimensional data. Dimension. Dimension. This is a 2D data because you know that this is an Excel sheet and this is a 2D data. Dimension is equal to, yeah, dimension. It's a 2D data, right? So this is not a single vector data. This is a 2D data. That's why row and column format. That's why n dimension. Okay, so we have printed out index, columns, shape, size, and the dimension, right? Dimension. And another one I remember, the data dot size of the entire, for example, the memory occupied by every variable, like you know about memory usage, memory underscore usage. Okay, data dot memory underscore usage. And you know that the size occupied by some variables in C program. Similarly, every values are occupying some memory consumptions, right? Data dot memory usage. Data dot memory usage. I think one more bracket we could give. Yes, let's see, memory usage. Yes, you can see the total memory taken by every data, because it depends upon the integer and all these value assumptions. So data dot memory usage. Now we have printed the index, column, shape, size, the dimension, and memory usage, right? And we have printed out the head and tail part also, right? So I think these are all the basic things. And you got the output, yes or no? Could you chat me, few people? Yes or no? You got the output? It's a very simple, right? Yes, okay. Then we are moving to some specific operations directly one by one. Okay, this is similarly like an SQL command. Okay, here we are going to process using Python actually. Okay, let's see. And looking into the data, you can clear that. It's very clear that we could take some particular locations. For example, like an array. Okay, you know about array, right? So a of 2 means the data available in the index, second index. Okay, this index, and a of 4 means the array available in the you know about listed tuple dictionary, right? I am not going to discuss it now. A is equal to 2 comma 2 comma 6 comma 7. You can see that if I am printing print a of 0. Okay, print a of 0. Which one we will be printing? A of 0 means it will printing 2, right? So, my dear participants, you are all available with the, and you know the concepts of listed tuple dictionary. Listed tuple dictionary. Listed tuple dictionary, whether you need it or already know that. Do you want it, yes or no? Or shall I skip it? Because these are all Python operations. Okay, listed tuple. I asked because dictionary we are using in data frames today. So whether I want to take it or shall I skip it? Which one? Could you chat me with your responses? I can move. Because some of the faculties already know the concepts. That's why. Could you chat me? Shall I take it or skip it? Already know. Could you chat me? Listed tuple dictionary. Just mention. Okay. Some of the operations I will mention. Okay. Listed tuple dictionary. Okay. So those who are hearing for again and again, please. Okay. Pardon me. Print a of 0 means. Okay. I will show you. So three concepts I will show you quickly. First one is list. Okay. List. List means A is equal to 2, 3, 4. Okay. It's very basic Pythons. Okay. Don't need it actually for today's topic. For example, if I'm printing print A of 0, A of 0 means the first data item we can print it. Okay, 2. Okay, and for example, next one I can take it means print A of 1. Okay, print A of 1 means next item. And if I want to take the last item, print A of minus 1. Print A of minus 1 means it will take the. Can anyone chat me what is the answer? A of minus 1 means it is not available in C program. If you are giving minus 1, it will take the last data item. That means 5 we are taking last data item. Yeah, and similarly, if we can use some slicing technique also. 0 colon 4 means it will print from 0 to 3. Okay, 0 to 3. Okay, 0 to 3 means this is 0. If I'm giving 0 colon 3 means it will print from 0 to 2. Okay, 0 to 2. That means 0, 1, 2. That means 2, 3, 4 it will be printing. Okay, so 0 colon 3 means 0 to 2 it will be printing. So okay, you can see that these three elements it will be printing. Okay, you got the point, and you know the concept. So this is list operations. Okay, and lists are immutable. Okay, list, that means we can change the contents. For example, A of 0, I can directly make it as A0 is equal to 10. Okay, so when print A is equal to we can see that now it is readily changed to 10, 3, 4, and 5. Okay, a lot of operations are there. For example, print A dot sort of lot of operations. You can check it. List operations. I think some issues are there. Okay, A dot max of some operations. I think I have print the max of it. Okay, the max of A. So a lot of operations are associated with this list. Okay, you please refer it. Okay. Okay, print the max of A. Then sorting of techniques are there. So lists are mutable. We could change it. Okay, we could readily change the data set. And another one is actually we could tuple. Okay, quickly I will show you, and I will move to my topic. Okay, tuple. Similarly, if it is a square bracket, now we can go for a normal bracket like this one, 3, 4, 5. And here also, if you are printing this particular print A, it will appear in like this one, 3, 4, 5. And this is, but tuples are not mutable. Okay, here it is mutable. This is immutable. Tuples are immutable. Tuples are immutable. Like you know that if I am trying to change a location, a first location, if I am changing to 30 and I am trying to print it, this is not possible because anything that affects the container that is not allowed in tuple. That's why tuples are immutable. You got the difference? We could alter, couldn't change. Okay. So this is the idea. And one more thing, we could append some values. Okay. And A is equal to 2, 3, 4, 5, A dot append of something. For example, I can append 6. That means it will attach it to the end of A. Okay. Lot of operations are there. So that is 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. It's very easy, right? And we could append one list to another. Like we could attach easily. B is equal to 10, 20 also. Simply we could A is equal to 2, 3, 4. B, C is equal to A plus B. And the print is C. You could see the difference. So 2, 3, 4, 5, 10, 20. We could append two lists simultaneously because it's possible lists are mutable. But there's some difficulty in tuple because it is immutable. And one more thing I will show you, that is a third person called a dictionary. Okay, dictionary. Right? Dictionary means it's like an index. For example, A is equal to, we are using this square bracket. Okay, this bracket, curly bracket. Here we are using, in list we are using the square bracket, tuple we are using the normal bracket, dictionary we are using this curly bracket. For example, I can give using a separated by column because this is a data value pair. Okay, this is a data value pair, and here in the first part we are giving the data. For example, roll number 1, it is Arun. Like we could use Arun 1 comma Arun, and the second I am giving this Anil. Okay, Anil. This dictionary I required for today because pandas data frame I am creating using dictionary. Okay, 1 colon Arun, 2 colon Anil, and for example, if I am printing, print of A means it will print the entire dictionary, like 1 Arun, 2 Anil, right? You have tried it already. 1 Arun, 2 Anil, because you got it, right? For example, if I want to print Arun only, just I can print a print day of 1, right? The index value I could use this print day of 1 Arun, right? You already know the concepts. Okay, and instead of this, not specifically for the numbers or anything, you could give one instead of that I could give name Arun and age like also, but it should be a key value pair, age 25. Like similarly also we could give like this, name Arun is the first pair, age 25 is the second pair. Okay, if I want to print the age, I could use like this, right? I could simply use print day of age, it's 25, right? So you could use the key, and you can see that this is a pair of key value pair, right? Key value pair, like you can see here, key value separated by comma, key value, right? So you could use that print day of age. So this is the idea behind dictionary. Today we record that. I will use the nested dictionary also. Okay, one dictionary inside the next dictionary. That time I will explain. And dictionary are also mutable. Okay, lot of operations you can refer it here. Dictionary operations in Python. Okay, dictionary operations in Python. You could refer it later. Okay, those are beginner. You could, because we don't have enough time to expand on this. Okay, lot of dictionary operations are there. Okay, pop, print, setup, all these things are there. Okay, so dictionary operations are there. So this I have mentioned about dictionary. So to 3 data types I have mentioned in between: list, which is mutable, tuple, which are immutable, and the third one is dictionary. Dictionary is also mutable. We could alter the content. Okay, for example, I could readily change a of age is equal to 40. Okay, I can print the a, print a. Yeah, now we can see that now the age will be changed to 40. Now it is clear, right? So this is mutable. Okay, so just I have mentioned, and where we have stopped here is actually index, column, shape, size, dimension, memory usage. Already we have seen it, right? So then we are moving to the specific operations one by one. Okay. Yeah, let's move to the, I'm copying this content from here and moving to a new data area, to work area here. Okay, here. Okay, we have taken that data here, and let's see one by one. Okay, and we want to take the data based on some values. For example, like an array, we could process the data. For example, I'm using this first column. The first column is index underscore column is equal to 0. The first column I is making as an index. And I'm mentioning about few operations like at and IAT. Okay, at and IAT. Okay, at and IAT. And here you can see that here I will show you an example. 5, I will print the example and show you. Okay, print data dot index at, okay, index at IAT, index at, for example, I'm giving 5,6. Okay, index at 5,6, data dot index of 5,6, and we are using a square bracket 5,6. Here you can see it. 0. Let me see the output value taken from there. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. You can see that 5,6. Okay, 0 you could see here, right? And some other value we can take 8, 6. Okay, 8 and 6. Index at 8 and 6. 8 and 6. It will be 2 here, where it is here. 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Okay, 8 and 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Sorry, 0, 1, 2, because it starts from here. Okay, it starts from here. It starts from here because passenger ID is not an index. Okay, passenger ID is not an index, so it should start from surveyed. So 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, right? So 6 here, and it will be coming here. Okay, 6 here, and it will be coming here. Here also, yeah, this will be taken care, right? This will be taken here. So passenger ID is actually 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. What is it? 1 second. 8, right? So 8th index it will be taken care. So it should count from 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is based on already we have set an index column, right? So for a particular index column, we could take this row index and a column index. But when we are considering for the column index, we should neglect the, because already we have taken the passenger ID, right? So apart from that, we should count from 0, 0, 1, 0, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, right? So similarly, we need to take care of these things. Okay, you got the point, right? So for a based on some particular index, we should take care. So if you are neglecting this index column, we could count from the first column itself. Okay, so the output will be 0 here. That means the value immediately left of that, it will be taken here. Okay, so that means it will be taken from here. Passenger ID is 0, survey ID is 1, P class is 2. Similarly, it's count from this first index. Okay, it will be taken. So that is IAT. That means index at a particular row and column. Okay, index at a particular row and column we can take. And another one is at. Okay, at we could take. For example, I am repeating this index column. Index underscore column is equal to 0. Okay, index underscore. That means first column I am taking. For example, if I'm printing print data dot at, okay, data dot at, and I'm taking the fourth one, okay, fourth index, and I'm specifically I can take some column also. I could take some column. For example, if I want to take the name, okay, name, I could use the name of the fourth row. Okay, name of the fourth row. So 4 comma 4 comma name. Let me check it whether it is printing. So fourth row index and name column index. Yeah, future Mrs. Jacques health. It should arise there, right? Where it is? Yeah, this one, right? The name of 1, 2, 3, fourth one, and the future Mr. Jacques health. It will be printing there, right? So it can be at and IAT. IAT stands for index, right? So it should count from 0. 8 means ninth one. Okay, so 0, 1, 2, 3, etc. up to ninth one. That is IAT. That is index. So index always count from 0, but at means it always count from 1. Okay, that means particular value it will be taken. Fourth and named, the value of 4 and column name. Okay, you got the point? Yes or no? Could you share me? Difference between at and IAT. At and IAT, you got the point? IAT always start from index 0. Okay, 4 comma name means 4 in passenger ID, because passenger ID is already taken as the index, and name in column. Is it okay? Yes or no? You got the difference? Are you trying with me, or you got it? Difference between IAT always starts from 0. That at, yeah, specifically mention about some values only. Yeah, okay. Then another one, another operation called the LOC operation. LOC, yes. Another one is LOC. For example, particular data we could fetch it out. Okay, I will show you here. Okay, we want to take the data of. We are taking the passenger ID as the index, right? Shall I take the passenger ID as index, right? So I'm taking the passenger ID data of this passenger ID 8. Okay, this data we are going to fetch out. Okay, so I'm already taken the passenger ID as index. So LOC, so print data dot LOC is the function call. Okay, data dot LOC location LOC. Inside I can give LOC of 8. Let me check it whether it is working. Okay, LOC of 8. Let me run it. Yes, Parson we are taking, right? Yes, Parson, because already we have taken the passenger ID as the index column, and for the particular passenger ID 8, what is the data? What is the data associated with it? So that is this raw data we have fetched it, right? You got the point. And if you got the point, I will show you one more example. Instead of passenger ID, I am making this name as the index. Okay, I am making as the name as the index. I'm making as the name as the index. So this is index column 1, 0, index column 1, index column 2, index column 3 is the name. Okay, index column 3 is the name. So I'm making this index column 3. Here, 3 I'm giving. Okay, 3 I'm giving. Now you know that what is it, which is index column I'm taking? Passenger name. Okay, the passenger name is the index column. Don't please ensure that. Okay, passenger name. So I am, instead of 8, I am giving a passenger name. For which one I can take? Here I am taking this Parson master, this ghost, I don't know, right? So I am taking this location. So instead of 8, I am giving that name because index column 3 means name column. It is set as the index, right? So based on that index value, I am printing it. So let me run it, whether we will get the same output. Yeah, we will get the same output, right? The Parson master ghost, I don't know, this data, and the entire data of this person, this lady, this person comes in, right? So this is the idea behind LOC. So I am concluding, since there is, if we are setting some value column as the index, based using that LOC function, we could fetch that raw data. So anyone got the answer? Anyone tried this answer and got the output? Might be you're feeling that this is very simple thing, even though there will be chance of having some errors. That's why. Is it okay? Could you chat me? Are you trying with me? Can you chat me once? Yes or no? You're getting output and doing with me? Yes or no? Could you chat me? Or simply you're writing in the notebook? Yes, right. Okay, okay. Fine. So this is the scenario. Okay, I wish everyone you chat with me. Okay. This is the data we are fetching for a particular raw data. And similarly, if I want to take the data from or two data we can take. First one, I can take the data of Parson, and the second one, if I'm taking the data of Bonnell Miss Elizabeth. Okay, Bonnell Miss Elizabeth. That means the two data I'm taking. Okay, these two data I'm taking. And you already know that the name I have taken for index, right? Name column I have taken for index. So if I want to take two data, you could use a comma in between, double quotes inside you could give. Okay, comma in between and double quotes. And here you ensure there's a square bracket. Okay, you could ensure there's a 2 square bracket. Okay, you could ensure 2 square bracket. And you can see that two data we could, whether you need this code in your chat box, you can try also. Okay, if you have any issues, instead of typing, you will be sharing you in the chat box also. Don't try to copy first time. If you have any errors, only you copy this. Okay, I have added in the chat box. Okay, and you can see these two data. You know that already I have taken the name column as the index, right? That's why it is possible. And yes, two data. The two data people, details of these two people we have fetched out. You got the point? Okay, you got it? Yes. Then, and here, these two data we have taken, only two data. And another thing, I could take a range of values between, okay, data range of values. For example, from Parson master to Bonnell Elizabeth. From this range of values, if I want to print, range of values, the entire, these 5 data, starting from here, ending up to here, if I want to print a range of values, all these entire data, you should simply use this one. Instead of this one, you could use a comma. Instead of using a comma, you could use a colon. Okay, instead of from here to here. Okay, data.loc from here to here. Okay, here I think don't need to have a square bracket, 2 square brackets. Okay, colon only, so I can see the output. Yeah, from person to Bonal. From person to Bonal, we can print out the data. From person to Bonal, we can print the data. You got it? You got the point, right? So this also I'm sharing in the chat box. Okay, you can try it. Okay, from person. Similarly, you can use another index. I have used the name column as the index, and you can try it out. Okay, you have tried it out. So one by one, we are studying in the right phase. Okay, in the we are taking some time and practicing it one by one. You got it right. So I think you are familiar with these topics, and you got the output. In between, someone could chat me. Okay, you were getting some output, right? Yes or no? Or that's why I'm confusing. Yes, thank you. That's right. And sometime I think this is not any having. Sometime imagine there is a parse and master ghost. This value is repeating. Okay. For example, if you are using if you are sometime it is appearing two times, it will be showing the multiple occurrences also, right? For example, if you are printing this person only, it will be printing for one time only because this person is available only one time only. So if it is available two times, it will be printing two times. Okay, that I'm repeating. Since it is available only one time, it is available like so. If it is available for the two times, it will be printing twice. Okay, any the all the occurrences it will be printing. Okay, so I think this is LOC I have taken. Okay, ILOC I will show you. ILOC I will show you. Okay, another thing I will show you. Here you got the points over, right? I can change the values and search. Okay, I can search the values based on some conditions. Okay, based on some conditions I can given. For example, I will show you. I remember now. For example, I will ensure that those who have P class 3, okay, those who have P class 3 and P class 3 I'm ensuring. Okay, P class 3 I am ensuring. So I can P class is P capital letter. Okay, so I am taking the column. Okay, please listen me. P class 3, lot of people having P class 3. Okay, passenger class 3. So I will printing out based on some conditions like data dot LOC is LOC. I'm triggering all these things with LOC. Okay, LOC. Inside that, I'm giving again. You should give data dot, which is the column name P class. Okay, which is the column name P class. It is suggesting. Okay, so data dot LOC inside we are triggering some other conditions. Data dot P class, and we are ensuring what is the passenger class we are looking into, whether it is equal to 3, whether it is equal to 3, like you can give whether it is equal to 3. Okay, and I think one bracket we should give inside because this is a condition, right? So yes, we are guaranteed data.loc. Okay, so shall I print it? Okay, I will give you when I am getting the output. Data.loc, yes. Which one? These are all the people having the P class is equal to 3. P class is equal to 3. That means we are giving some condition inside. Okay, so I'm giving you, okay, data.loc is equal to, don't initially you type it. Okay, if you have any errors, you copy paste. Okay, you can use some conditions whether we can data.loc instead of a simple value, we can give a condition itself. Data.p class. P class means is so similar conditions also you could try it out. Okay, those who are in the sex male, we could give what is yes is capital letter, right? So you can trigger like data.sex is equal to male. So we should give a single double quotes or single quotes. So we are getting the entire data associated with the male. You can see these are all the male data. Okay, you could try it out. You can try it out by your own by typing it. Okay, I think you got the point also. Okay, so these some conditions we can give and multiple conditions also you could give. Okay, for example, I have taken passenger class 3 and sex is equal to male. Two conditions we could try. Is it okay? Shall we give two conditions? Search two conditions. Search two conditions. Like you will be wondering that these are all simple operations, but we are studying it step by step. Okay, search two conditions. Okay, and I'm giving data dot LOC data.loc inside two conditions we can give data dot sex is equal to male and two conditions we should give, right? So similarly, like an SQL command, SQL command data and data dot, which one? Data dot. The next one we have triggering about P class, right? Two conditions we are giving. P class is equal to 3, right? Passenger class is equal to 3. Two class we are, two conditions we are giving, right? So let me run it. Any technical issues, I will correct it. Okay. I think 2 square bracket data dot sx is equal to mail. What is that? Two equal to conditions, right? Two equal to conditions we should give here. I think, yeah, now we got those who are having sex is equal to male and passenger class is equal to 3 will be appearing. Okay. And you can try it. Okay. You can try it here. Okay. You can try it here. Okay. You got the point, such two conditions. And we could alter some data. And for example, you know that age of Alan Mr. William Henry or Moran. Sorry, Alan Mr. Henry is 35. Okay. Alan Mr. William Henry's age is 35. Okay. We could make it as 45. Okay. Or 36. So we could change that particular. So those who are having the name Alan, we could make it as age. Multiple, for example, Alan is only a single person. Okay, no issues. And we can give some other conditions. Those who are having P class is equal to 3, their fare should be changed. So multiple conditions we could alter the value. So now I'm giving only one condition. Those who are having the name Alan, make it as 35. Okay, make it as 36. So I'm copy pasting here. Okay, so we could directly use this LOC function. Okay, alter some value, alter some value, alter some values. Like this is I think this is similar to an SQL command, right? Data.loc, and inside that we should find out which are the person. So data dot those who are having the data with a name is equal to those who are having the name this Alan. Those who are having the name is equal to Alan, and his age, his age should be changed as 36. You got the condition? Those who are having the name Alan Mr. William Henry, okay, we are finding out, and his age should be changed as 36, comma. All these things comes under single square bracket. Okay, those having the name Alan Mr. William Henry and change his name, change his age as 36. And now his age is 35, right? 36, and you can see the result. Yeah, I'm hiding the previous one. Okay, hiding the previous results. We don't need to have that. So some issues in the commands, I will correct it. Okay. What is the issue? Data.loc and age is equal to, I think, name. Data.name is equal to name in capital letter. Okay, Alan Mr. William Henry. Name is equal to Alan. Can anyone help me? Change it as 36. A data frame has not about name. Name name already there, right? Data.name already name is there, right? Name already we have seen it, right? NAME. Then what's the issue? Okay, shall I change those who are having the sex male as some other age? Okay, it should sex is equal to those who are having the sex as male. Change the age as 36. Let's see the output. Okay, and print the data, right? Print the data. Yeah. Let's see. Now we could see that data of age. Okay, those who are having the sex male, it is now changed as 36. Okay, I will share the code. Okay, you can try it. Okay, but yeah, I'm sharing it one by one. Okay, I think so. This is a way we could find out a condition and find out some data based on some condition and alter the data. Okay, So you could see the data. Okay, you could change it. So these all things we've done using LOC. Okay, and another thing I will show you that is ILOC. Okay, ILOC index location also I will show you. And before that, I will show you one person. I think you got the output, right? Now I am going to explain a person called an idea called what is it? I can share data frame. Okay, data frame. Data frame. Before ILOC, I will go to data frames. It's very important, data frames. Okay, please note it down. Okay, or please try it out. 1 second. Okay, data frames. Here, I'm going to create a data frame. Okay, and we know already we have seen a dictionary, how to create a dictionary. For example, I am creating two dictionaries. One my dictionary is name. Okay, and I am creating data frames from dictionary. Okay, data frames. So pandas data frames we are creating. Pandas data frames from dictionary. So for example, I'm creating a dictionary. Okay, I'm creating a dictionary. My dictionary I'm going to create. Okay, my dictionary I'm going to create. And here for creating my dictionary, I'm using two lists also I could append. Okay, for example, list one. List one I could give is like my name. Okay, I could give a list called names. Okay, names. So for example, I'm giving Arun. Okay, Arun, Anil. Okay, Arun, Anil, Alex. Okay, Arun, Anil, Alex. And so another list I'm creating. Age. That's why I have shown you the list tuple dictionary quickly. Okay, previously 20, 30. Okay, 40. So this is two list tag. These are two lists actually. Okay, so we are creating a dictionary using directly using this list. So for example, I'm creating you know that dictionary is a key value pair, right? It's a key value pair. My first key is I'm giving name. So here I should give a value, right? So here I'm using this names. You got the point? You got the point? A dictionary should be appear like this one. You can see it like 1 colon 10. So it's a key value pair. 2 colon 20. It's a key value pair. 2 column Arun. 2 column Kollam. It's a key value pair. Okay. 2 column Kollam. It's a key value pair. So any combinations we could, but there should be a key value pair. 1 colon 10 is a key value pair. 2 colon Kollam is a key value pair. So collection of key value pairs, we could call it as a dictionary. You got it, right? Then my dictionary I am creating, key is the name. In value part, I am giving the names, comma, again, next key, age. My value is, I am giving this list one, age, this one, right? This one. So I am print my dictionary. Okay, my dictionary. Let's see the output. I think issues, right? The name is not defined. Okay, here also we should give, this is a label, that's why name I am giving, age I am giving. Okay, here. So now it is very clear. Now the keys are name and age. Values are, first value set for name is Arun and Alex. So this is the key value pair. For the key age, value is 20, 30, 40. Now I mixed up these two links to create a dictionary. Now you got the idea, right? Anyway, you could create your own dictionary. I have used the two lists and combined it together for creating a dictionary. You got the point? You got the point? Anyway, now the dictionary is looking like this. But when you're printing the type of dictionary, you could see the type. You can see that the type will be simply, it's a dictionary type, right? It will be dictionary type. So now it is a dictionary only. Okay, I am repeating, dictionary is a collection of key value pair. Name, key, the value is names list. Name is age and the value is age. Now this is a key value pair, right? You got the idea? So I will share you the code. Okay, you can try it. You can try it on. Okay. You got it? Right. So now we have created, but we want to create some pandas data frames using from the dictionary. So this is very simple thing, and we already tried in Excel sheet, but we are doing some process here also. So panda data frames in dictionary, I will show you. Here, one thing, now you know that this is a simple, very simple dictionary, right? We are making it as a pandas data frame. So you again import, once you import it, don't need to import again, but anyway, import pandas as PD. There is a command called, we are getting into much more detailed operation, data frame. D and F are capitalized. Okay, data frame, PD dot data frame. So inside you can pass your dictionary. What is the dictionary name? Could anyone chat me? Let me see you if you are with me. Let me see you. What is the name of the dictionary here? What is the variable name? MyDict. Yes, MyDict. So now we are making it as a dictionary, right? And pandas as PD and yes, PD dot data frame. PD dot data frame means we are making it as a data frame. Okay, on all this function you can directly use because it is available already in the pandas, and I am creating my new data frame, right? So I am creating my frame. Okay, my frame is equal to I'm giving, and let's see, I'm printing my frame. Okay, my frame. Let's see the output, what it's now looking like. Here you can see that now it become a table, right? Now it become a table. It become a table. Now it become a table, right? So when we are printing the type of my frame, you can see what is looking like now. Type of my frame. You can see that it is a data frame now. It is a data frame now, right? So it is instead of a dictionary, now it is become a data frame. You can try it your own also. Okay, I will share the codes. Yeah, you got the point, right? So now it is. Now I am going to process one by one some operations associated with it. Okay, even you can print it one by one. For example, you can now it is become a table like an Excel sheet. Now it is become like an Excel sheet. Okay, you can trigger it on your own way. There's the previous operations what we have discussed in the previous examples. You can try it on your own way. Okay, data dot location of these contents, we could take it out here and you can try it here. Data dot location of, I am taking my frame. Which one my data? My frame dot name. I am searching those who are having the name of in my frame is Arun. I am taking his data. My frame dot name. Okay, let's see if it is coming or any issues. Does not match. Okay, let me verify it again. Okay, because this is not a data frame operation, it is a pandas operation simply. Okay, so it is not working. Okay, sorry, LOC is not associated with that. Okay. So I will show you one more example, my dictionary, and I will show you here how it is going to work because it is based on some index location. It is automatically setting up some index, right? 0, 1, and 2. And my question to my dear participants that you got the idea, right? Based on a dictionary, how to create a data frame, you got it, right? So I'm going to process some operations with the iLook. Okay, iLook, I am going to show you some operations. Like we have already created a dictionary like this one, right? Those who have already created a dictionary. And you can see that index value for Arun is automatically 0, Anil is 1, Alex is 2, right? Alex is 2. You got the point? I can apply some conditions. Directly. I can apply some functions based on this index value. Means I can do using iLook. For example, there is a function called iLook and panda, iLook and lambda. Okay, lambda. Okay. So lambda is actually is a keyword for applying some functions directly. For example, I want to fetch the data of people having even index. Even index means 0th index, I don't. Then even index is 2, Alex 40. So these two people having the index as even, right? So I can apply some conditions based on that. So here also, let me show you. We can make it as now the data frame is my frame, right? So please carefully locate how we are integrating lambda along ILOC. Already we have seen LOC and ILOC operations. How we are integrating some special functions called lambda along with that. So let me try that. Our frame is my frame. How the my frame is created? Based on the dictionary. So our new frame is my frame. So we are integrating a function called lambda. So D my frame dot ILOC. So we are going to locate some people. Which person we are going to take? Yeah, I want to take the people who are having the even indices. Arun having even index. Alex having even index. So I'm fetching that. Okay. ILOC lambda ILOC lambda. Inside, I am giving a rule. Okay, this is a specific variant from the previous operations we have seen. Okay, please take it as a separate thing. Okay, so ILOC inside a lambda, I can give lambda. I am defining a variable lambda. Okay, I am defining a variable lambda such that I am giving a rule on X such that those who are having index, okay, those who are having index with even index. How to interact this even index? You know that how to identify the even index. How to identify the even index? X dot index should will be you know this concept, right? Simple thing, right? This modulus 2 will be 0. This modulus 2 will be 0, right? So this X ensuring is an even index in a way that X dot index mod 2 is equal to 0. So this can be given as a rule here. So lambda X such that, so here, this way also we could give as a rule. So for that we are using lambda. Now I am showing, already we have seen how to use the LOC and ILOC. That are all things we have already seen, right? Now we are seeing how to use this special function called lambda. Okay, and I will show, I'm just showing a demo. So lambda X defining such a way that X index, that index having, that means it's an even index, right? So it should be guaranteed. Okay, so you got the point, and this can be added along with the ILOC. So let's see the output, whether it is working. Otherwise, I will check it. Okay. Yes, it is working, right? That means Arun and Alex actually having the index 0, 1, 0 and 2, they are having the even indices. And here also, if you are giving odd indices also, we could give the rule like this, right? So you could work it on your own. Any specific indices, I have just tried out whether we could use. So can you try this, and can you tell me whether you are receiving the output? How to use the lambda function along with iloc index location. Okay, these are index operation. That's why we are using this x dot index something. That's why I know. Could you try it and tell me you got it all? You're receiving it? Let me print one more thing. Print my frame dot access. Let me see it. My frame dot access. I'm remembering it will appear. Yeah, we can see which are all the access name and age is there, right? Apart from the index. So my frame dot access also. My print is not required because Collab also supports that. Okay. Instead of printing, it will. But when we are going for Collab, Anaconda, Spider, we should print it. Okay. My frame dot access. You can try it. Smita ma'am, you got the idea? Instead of print, we could. This is Collab because of Collab. Okay, you can print the my frame dot access. Yeah. Okay. So I think you got it right. So some specific conditions along with the lambda we have seen. So when we scroll back all these things, you can see where we started all these things from here. Okay, and we started loading a file. We have taken the mean, median, mode, count, standard deviation, minimum, maximum, describe function, and this index, column, shape, size, dimension, memory usage, and then how to set a particular column as index. Then we mentioned a small idea on list, tuple, and dictionary. You know about dictionary as a mutable. Then we started with this loading Excel sheet, and then we set a particular column as an index. And you have seen the difference when we have used a column as an index and without using an index. And we have mentioned about IAT, it deals with the index value. At means the particular specific value. Then a particular value we have fetched out, a range of values we fetched out, and multiple values we fetched out. Then we have seen the conditions, then multiple conditions. Then by looking up into a condition, how to alter data, then we have seen it. Then how to create the data frames from a dictionary, we have seen it. Then we have printed. Finally, we launched into the particular function lambda into ILOC, because already we have seen LOC and ILOC. Okay, and my dear participants, you are trying with me, right? So we are here running. Then we are going through some other operations, and we can make it as a format. Already we have seen this. If you want to make it as a tabular format or something, we could use another thing also. What is the my frame? My frame dot. I will show you the output. Okay. To underscore markdown. Okay. To underscore markdown is a function. I will show you markdown. Okay, let me my frame to dot markdown. Let's see, it is printing or no, it is not in correct format. Print my frame to dot markdown. Yeah, now it is getting in a very good format, right? Markdown. You can try it your own. My frame is already we have created, right? So this is appearing in another way. So these are all the simple things. These are basic pandas. Okay, we are switching to some other ideas like for example print another one, print my frame and dot my frame dot d types, data types. Okay, data types. Yeah, we can see which are all the we already know that name is an object, age is an integer, right? So my frame dot d types also we could run it, and d types also we can run it. Okay, and here we could see that, right? And d frame, I think I remember. After that, I print my frame dot info. My frame dot info also there. Okay. My frame dot I think no square info. Okay, let's go back it. My frame dot info. Yeah, the type and the detailed information like an SQL. We could fetch that data. My frame dot info. We could take it down. Okay, this will be helpful for your works also. That's why this thing we could use there. Okay. Okay. So we have tried it. So here we are having the basics ideas of pandas or operations, and next we are going to discuss on the data pre-processing operations. Okay, how to deal with the missing value, how to deal with the how to deal with some values filled into it. So shall we try that also? So dealing missing values. Okay, dealing missing values. Dealing missing values. Okay, so let me follow. If we are getting into new topic. Okay, so I think we can wind up in 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, dealing missing values. So we could think about the data before ensuring applying some machine learning operations. Okay, that is we are going to discuss. But when we are applying some techniques or tools, we should guarantee that data is very good. Okay, data is having some is in the right format. For example, here you can see that there is no values associated with these cabin spaces. Okay, here also some age is missing here, and here also lot of missing values. Lot of missing values are available, and how to fill these values? Okay, how to fill these values? And for that associated values, we should ensure that whether it is filled out with the correct values, whether it is filled with the right values, all these things. Okay. So these kind of things are we are going to discuss. And the first operation. So let me load the Titanic data set again. Okay. So let it be all these things are there, and let me take the Titanic data set again, and we will start from processing there. Okay. We will start from processing there. So how to deal the missing values in the Titanic dataset? Okay, dealing missing values. And here, data is a function called data.is null. We are ensuring that whether it is a data, which are all the area which is affected with the null values. And by looking into the Excel sheet, it is clear that a lot of null values in the cabin, lot of null values in the age, and the remaining values are all filled up very well, right? These are all filled up very well. Okay, so let's see the output, and we will show you data.is null. We are ensuring that it is not null, and you can see the output here. False means these are all not null actually, but you can see some area it is indicated as true, right? It is indicated as true. You can see that this true means these are all null values. See, These are all null values. That means the values are missing there. Okay, you can try it. You can try it on your own way. Data is null. Data is null is a function for ensuring which are all the null values. Similarly, we could think on the alternate way also. Data dot node null. Data dot node null. Data dot node null means which are all the values are node null. Here, yeah, this is node null. True, 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 true means these are all node null. Here, false means yeah, it's not null means it is false. That means it's a null value. Cabin is false. Here also there is a null value. You can see it, right? So we can ensure using these commands. Okay, you can try it. Okay, you can try by using these two commands. Okay, and 1 second, null and node null. Right, data dot is null, and I think you have tried it, right? Node null and is null. Okay, you can try it. Okay, and we have ensured that which are all the null values and non null values, and how to fill that values. Okay, how to fill that values? Lot of filling techniques are available, and a few techniques we will be discussing before the break. Okay, and for example, if I want to fill with some particular values, for example, you can see that some null values are appearing here, right? So that can be filled with some values. For example, data dot, there is a function called fillNav. Okay, there is a function called fillNav. So fillNav, if I'm giving fillNav of 0 means the values which is not available with some, the column which is not available with some values will be filled with 0. And you can see that there are some values associated with the cabin. Let's see whether it is filled with 0. Let's see the output. Let's see the output, cabin value. Here you can see. Here you can see that now it is filled with 0, right? Now it is filled with 0, right? Now it is filled with 0. Okay, if I want to fill it with 2021, okay, let's see the output 2021, and you can see that those are all the values which is not available in this Excel sheet will be filled with the 2021. Okay, so this is a command called data.fillNav. You got the point? Data.fillNav. The missing value or the non-availability will be filled with a particular value. We can mention the value here, which is the value we could fill there. Instead of numerical value, we could use some textual value also. If I want to fill with the K2, we could fill that missing columns. Entire data will be filled with the K2, and you can see that in the cabin space it will be filled with the K2, right? You can see that the K2 is appearing here, right? K2 is appearing here, right? So you can see. So similarly, you can fill up with. So this is a command. Fill now. Please try it out. And could you anyone chat me? Is it clear? That means you are getting the value. Is it okay? You're getting the value? Anyone tried it? Yes or no? Yes. Okay. Data fill now. Okay, you can fill it. And the filling can be done in several ways. Okay. Yes. The filling can be done in for different colors. Ma'am, shall I check it and tell me after the break? Smita ma'am. Okay, colors I will look into it. Oh, different columns. Can we fill different values in different columns? Yeah, we could fill the particular condition we could give. Okay, I think based on the column we could give. I have tried it already. Let me give you after the break. Okay, fill now. We could specifically identify the columns and we could change it specifically. Okay, that we will do. Okay. Data.fillNav. And one more thing, let me finish. Okay, data.fillNav. Definitely, we will try that. And here, some values we can see that I will change the color and some strategies we can apply on this one. Okay, for example, here this is the first empty column, right? This is the first empty column, and here also cabin. This is the first empty column. Okay, this is the second empty column. This is the third empty column. Likewise. Okay, this is the first occurrences of these people. This is the first occurrence here, and this is the second occurrence here. Like similarly, okay, we could. And how to fill? Now we have seen the first strategy, how to fill with a particular value, for example, 0. Okay, now I am going to I will show you data.fillNav, some strategies like fillNav of method is equal to fillNav of method, we can specify. Method is equal to I'm giving F fill, forward fill. Okay, F fill, forward fill. Forward fill means the value that available will be used for the future filling. Okay, will be used for future filling. Okay, let's see the output method for future filling. Okay, future filling means the values, for example, the first values, Moran is already missed there, right? Let's see the output of Moran now in the collab. Okay, let me see the output of Moran now. Okay, 1 second. And then I will share the code. Where is Moran? Oh, I think every data is not available here, right? 1 second, give me 1 second. Oh. Yeah, you can see that here. See, let me see with the cabin. So you can see that this cabin is an empty, this cabin is an empty, and this cabin is filled with the C85. Okay, this cabin is filled with the C85 because it used the previous value. That is, the previous immediate value is taken for the forward fill. Now it is clear, right? The previous value is C85. It is used for the forward fill. Now it is used for the forward fill. You can see here C85. Okay, and then here C123. It is immediately taken for the next forwards. Now it is done. The immediate forwards. E46. It is taken for the next immediate fill. Similarly, you got the point, right? So that is called, you can see the output here. That's why it is filled here. But the first column is not filled. Why? This column is not filled. Why? This column is not filled. Why? Because there is no previous value associated for this one. So it is still remain as NA. You got the point? So that is forward fill. That is an immediate value will be taken care for the filling of the forward value, forward missing data, F fill. And you can think in the right way, which is the next concept. Instead of F fill, we could use B fill. You will be wondering that what is B fill? What is B fill? Those values will be taken for backward, B fill. Okay, B fill it will be taken. That is, here you can see that these are all the missing values available. Okay, this is a missing value available. This C85 is taken for the previous clearing. C123 is taken for the previous clearing. E3446 is taken for the previous clearing. Like it is filled for back, like, so that is backward fill. You got the point? Forward fill and backward fill. Okay, and forward fill is otherwise you can use a word called previous, PAD. The B fill, I guess this is backfill. Backfill. So anything you can use. Okay. So forward fill or PAD is using for filling the forward values from the previous value. Okay. Yeah. Yes. That I'm going to show the afternoon. How to fill with the mean value, how to fill with the frequent values, how to fill with the median values. That I'm going to show you in the afternoon session. Okay. That's been planned already. Okay. One by one I will show you. So now just I have shown you the just an idea about how to fill some value based on direct values and forward fill and backward fill. Okay, you got the idea how to do that. Okay, so these are some of the techniques we can similarly we can use it with the fill with the mean value. We can fill with the median. We can fill it with the most occurring values. Mode, all these things we could fill it. Okay, that also I will show you in the afternoon. And hopefully, have you tried this one? Anything you can try it. Okay, anyone you can try it your own way. Okay, you can try it. Yes. Okay. So I think this is clear, right? So if so, I think we can take a break. And afternoon session, we will continue from how to deal the missing values by other some certain techniques, how to neglect some columns, how to remove some columns without these conditions satisfying means we could neglect it. And after that, we will be detailedly discussing on the data visualization by hands-on. By your own, you will be drawing stem plot, various parameters. We will taking more time on this stem plot, line plot, bar plot, scatter plot. I know that R and R Studio is a is a genius, is a super tool for all these things. But by using hands-on Python, by your own hands-on, how to draw all these things. Okay. And then we will take more some time on that, and then we will move to the k-means clustering on the data. And I will show you, even you are a non-CS person, if you are a beginner, no issues. I will teach you the clustering ideas and how to do the hands-on by your own. I have made it in my own steps. Okay, I have my own steps for that, and with that simple steps, we will be clustering all this data. Then we will move to the idea of linear regression and projecting a model. So clustering model and a regression model we will be discussing after that. Okay, and if you have some timings also, I will show you some ideas on Skykit. Beyond Skykit, I will show you some ideas on this rank linear algebra, some mathematical operations also. So afternoon session we are getting into much more hands-on. So in morning session we have seen the basic ideas using pandas operations. Okay, all these things, and a lot of operations we have seen deal with all these things. Okay, so this is basic operations associated with the Python. Okay, we have seen it. So in the morning session we started with the introduction. We move to the hands-on how to load a data set. Then I will show you how to load some standard data set in SQL instead of an Excel sheet. I will show you some standard data set, how to do the machine learning. So in the meanwhile time, we have used mean, median, mode, count, standard, describe, and these kind of operations. Then we have seen how to discussable list, tuple, and dictionary. Then we have seen how to set an index. Then we have seen how to check some conditions, multiple conditions, how to check, alter the data, that how to create the data frames. This is very important. Then afternoon we will session the series data frames. Okay. Then how to use the ILOC, then lambda inside ILOC we have seen, and then two markdown data types are all seen. How to deal? We started with the dealing with the missing values and a few techniques like use null, not null, fill null we have seen. Afternoon we will continue with that, and this we are going to explain today. Okay. So I think we are taking the right time. That's without any hurry worrying. Sometimes it may be feeling like boring. Okay, that's why I feel some lagging. Anyway, you are getting output, right? You are getting some output, right? Okay. So I think you got some idea from this today's session. You are benefited, right? So anyway, is it okay? Would everyone satisfied? Shall we continue in this way? We will study some advanced techniques in the afternoon session. Okay. So that we are aiming is for everyone should be benefited and everyone should get the database. That's why. Okay. So that's why we are taking in the beginner level. Okay. So that's why. So I think we can continue the afternoon session. I will share the code to ma'am now itself. Okay. So that ma'am will share it. Okay. So thank you. Now it is 12:40. We will join by 1:30 or 1:40. Okay. 1:30 we can join.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Okay. So thank you everyone.
Okay. Thank you, sir.
Thank you so much, sir, and thank you so much for the wonderful, informative session. I request Kirti ma'am to share the feedback. Kirti ma'am, are you here?
Hello, hello, Prince.
Yeah.
Am I audible?
Yes, ma'am. Over to you.
Okay,
Yes, ma'am.
okay.
You are audible.
Okay. Myself, Kirti Krishnan, Associate Professor in the Department of Computer Science and Engineering, Marine Engineering College, Trivandrum. I am one of the participants of this FDP. So I take this opportunity to give a feedback on today's session. So our resource person, Sumod sir, he very well explained the concepts of data science in the first half of the morning session. He gave an introduction or explained various steps, very enthusiastic or very well mannered explanations or examples were given for each and every session, like data collection, data cleaning, etc. And in the next half of the forenoon session, he given a thorough hands-on session. And as a faculty, how we faculty handling sessions, laboratory sessions to our students in such a manner, our resource person also handled this hands-on section. So he is very patiently answering our queries and shared the data with us. He is very much helpful. He is for us for explaining the concepts and understanding the concepts. And I hope that we all get benefited from this session. So I thank you, the coordinators, for arranging such a wonderful resource person for this FDP. And also I thank coordinators for giving me such an opportunity to give the feedback in this session. Thank you all.
Yeah, thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much, Kirti ma'am. And we'll start our session by 12:30. Sumod sir, is it okay to 1:30 or 1:40? 1:30.
1:30 we can change.
Yeah. Okay. Fine.
Okay.
Fine. And thank you once again. Thank you so much, sir.
Yeah.
Prasida Miss, it's over to you. Thank you.
Okay, we can break now. Yeah. We'll be back by 1:30. Okay. Thank you.
And I request all the participants to fill up the feedback form before leaving. Thank you.